Hold on.
It says live on YouTube.
Let me make sure we
Yep, I fixed it. I'll fix it. Yep.
We
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love you.
Yep, I just got the notification.
Okay.
Ron Real.
Yep, I see us now. I'm gonna pull this chat up, see what we got.
Oh, it's funny. I'm in a different place on this thing than on my computer.
Leemack, do you record on your iPhone or what do you do?
No, I have a SL2, a Canon.
Oh, nice. Yes, sir.
All right.
Oh my God, the chat's already blown up.
I just got the notification. Oh, yeah.
John, what is going on, brother? Mom, Rodney Landers, Ventez, Adam Thomas. Ventez, what is going on?
Mumbra, the ever living. Peace.
What's up,
Oh, man.
everybody?
Yeah, John Shadow, I see you there too, brother. Thomas Smith.
All right. How's everybody doing tonight? So this is a little bit of a, as you guys heard, I went live earlier this morning. So it turns out the mailman came on time, dropped off to Aladino Cameroon. So that is why we're up tonight. We're doing the live review. We are graced with the presence of the GOAT in the building. As you know, I call him Uncle Lee, and we got my boy over here, James from Black Line Luxury. So we appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. It's gonna be pretty laid back. We'll be probably a little bit more in the chat than normal because we're just gonna be smoking the cigar, taking some notes and stuff like that. So we'll be able to chat with you guys and see what's going on and all that good jazz. So James, Leemack, if y'all got anything to add in?
Yo, James is there. I just want to say good afternoon to everybody. You know, it's another great day. Always a great day when I get to hang out with some brothers that are good brothers that like to smoke cigars. And yeah, this is a good day. I'm having a good time. I'm looking forward. I had a long, hard day today, but it's time to sit back and chill now.
Ooh, me too, man. I was in that yard all day today, cutting down some trees, and I didn't realize how tired I was until I took a shower. Then I was like, man, I'm tired.
Yeah, I hear you. I decided not to take a shower because if I did, I'd be asleep right now.
Man, I'll tell you what, being on with you two is going to be fun. There's a lot of energy. I don't know if I can keep up.
Oh, come on, James.
Hey, Lee rubs off of me. You can rub off of me.
There you go.
But we got Brother Pete in the building. We got Quakes in here. Charles Cyrus. Bacon Spice Captain himself, Thomas Smith, is here.
Yo, Team Bacon Spice. We got to get the T-shirts on the store, brother.
Yeah, you see how long it took me to get the. Hey, look. I know y'all see that, don't you? Just so y'all know it's real.
Hey, where's Mystical Gent?
Mystical Gent, shout out to the Mystical Gent, man.
You see, Ron, I'm more mad because you abandoned me because I don't have one. I will never get one. And I thought you and I were like in solidarity with that together. The next thing I know.
Never say never, brother. You never say never. You don't know what can happen to show up at the
Hey, listen, and I told Ron, I said, Ron, the first time it saves a cigar for you, you will thank me. Shout out to you, Andre Beauchamp. Hey, what's happening, driver? Hey, Andre, I was out there on the road today, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Like my damn cigar.
Wait,
all right,
man. Supposed to do that yet?
But y'all, hey, we need to go ahead and cut it now because Leah tell you, man, I get to talking, man.
Listen, I'm cut and I'm lit right now. We're good.
Yeah, I saw smoke coming from James's side over there. I was writing notes and he's smoking.
Yeah, listen, I told you I'm not the professional out of us three today, but I'm just excited to get back into this thing with you two guys and get your opinion on this. So looks like we're getting a little more up to 26 people now. So tonight wanted to, bring out the big guns with Ron Real and Leemack to see what they thought of the Aladino Cameroon for tonight in our session. I smoked this earlier this week and I immediately texted Ron and I said some things I will never repeat on live about how great I thought this cigar was. So I put a couple in the mail right away to Ron. I know Leemack had some access to them. And so here we are to give you the review because right now, in my opinion, Aladino cannot miss, from at every level, like blender, but from a brick and mortar and then a consumer, I don't think anybody's going to be disappointed with the products they're putting out. So that's kind of my disclaimer. So Black Lion is, going to make these guys work for their cigars tonight, but also enjoy a good time on a beautiful Friday night, hopefully for everybody.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like I said, so you guys know the cigar provided to me was by Black Lion. Leemack has his own cigar, but hey, Black Lion has a lot of love for Leemack, just like I know Leemack has a lot of love for Black Lion too. So you guys,
absolutely.
Listen,
Absolutely.
if I knew Leemack was going to be on here, trust me, he would have had his on time because
Nah.
post office to Leemack isn't the problem. Whatever Memphis little black hole you're in down there, man. Post office
Hey,
hates
man.
you guys.
Which it doesn't make sense because, like I've said before, Memphis is a distribution hub. Like, I don't get it. I don't know why shipping takes so long here. But
yeah. So before we get going, for all the guys on the chat, I'll do this a couple times. I'm a guy that has access to sticks, so I brought some home tonight so y'all can kind of see the difference what we have going on here of all the Aladinos. So the red and silver is the Cameroon we're going with tonight. The one in the middle, the black and white, is the Connecticut, which is also phenomenal. And you already know this beautiful, beautiful brown and yellow one. I mean, Ron has said more things about this nice than he probably has about his wife in the last year.
it's probably true.
I'm just kidding. But
don't let her hear that. It's probably true though. I was smoking it today and I hadn't had one in a couple of weeks, and I was just completely amazed again by how intense the flavors were, how full. It's a really good cigar. And like you, now everybody may not fall in direct love with Aladino or what JRE is doing, but I think at the end of the day, you'll be able to respect the product that he's putting out. He's putting out a very high quality product, man. Whether you like it, love it, you think it's great, good, or average, or a little below average, I think you'll be able to respect it though.
I think Aladino is one of those brands where everything they put out, I've said, ooh, I gotta smoke it. Ooh, I think I like it. I think I've fallen in love because I like what the CLE brand is doing, what Christian's doing with that. And I say, this is his daddy and his other brother. And I go, man, his daddy must have told him how to do it because daddy is doing even better. Hey, Ron, I saw the Mystical Gent tip in there. I saw those fancy socks go by. I need you to hold that thing up there one more time. Mystical Gent just popped in. Hold that thing up. You was holding up a little bit earlier so that the Mystical Gent can see what's going on. You see that, Mystical?
Mystical, hey, y'all cannot make fun of me on Meet in the Middle no more. There will be no more jokes being told. Shout out to Mark and Hyacinth too, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you. Andre, I see you say you just made it back from Texas, brother. I'm glad you made it back and had a safe trip. I made it back from New Jersey. I didn't go far. Good thing I didn't.
I just caught the end of it. I was trying to cut this rabbit ear up. Before I started really getting to smoking. So, but
yeah, I hear you. Andre Barrett, 9296. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, Andre?
Hey, and LaTanya, I see you over there, sis. What's going on? I know you snuck in there too with the old phone and the new phone. You got the bruh man phone. I know.
Shout out to all the day ones and A-Rod in the building too. What's going on, man?
Mystic, you're absolutely right about the Maduro, man. Like, I didn't bring it home just because it's a little more accessible. But Aladino is just not missing right now.
Yeah, man. And then like I was telling Lee about that today too. The Habano vintage that's coming out too.
Oh,
I already know that's gonna be dynamite too. Just because now they're just proving that they're putting out a very good quality product. So I know that this is not gonna be an exception at all. So.
So
James,
what kind of? I want to say,
go ahead, Lee.
Yeah, James, tell me what kind of flavor are you getting on this? You said it's a really good cigar. So, like, what kind of flavor? What are you tasting? What's going on with it, right?
Yeah. So right on like the cold draw, and then in the first third, what I initially get is this cream, like a heavy cream with some cinnamon on the draw right away, and those are the only two pronounced things I get. And I don't want to like get too far ahead of myself because I know it's coming, having had it a couple times this week. But right away, that's what I'm rolling with. What about you guys?
Yeah, so for me, I kind of had a sweet, funky, musty smell on the wrapper. When I lit it up, I said, man, this just has got like a Nicaraguan black pepper zing on the retrohale, a little bit of a light sweetness to it. And that zing of that Nicaraguan type of flavor is kind of coating my mouth right now. And I kind of feel like it's medium strength right now. So it's not really strong at the moment.
I agree with the strength. You keep saying Nicaraguan, though. Come on now. This is a pure Honduran baby right here.
I'm saying it's got a taste that reminds me of Nicaraguan.
I know. I think
also for me, I picked up immediately a good spice on it. Got cinnamon, nutmeg, and a creamy cedar so far is what I'm getting with an underlying black pepper. Retrohale is really nice on this one too already.
Yeah.
And I would agree. I would go right now. It's just medium all the way across for me.
Yep.
Now I will say this though, like I'm smoking the Toro tonight. You guys are smoking the Robusto, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I told Ron of mine. I think the samples that I have, I think they are a little bit right off the truckish. I'm gonna call it. They're a little bit fresh.
Okay.
So I get a little bit of harshness with it, which I believe will smooth out and mellow out. So some of the smooth creaminess that you're getting, I'm not necessarily getting. So and I know that Honduran cinnamon, but I'm not necessarily getting that. It's more of a black pepper zing that I'm getting on it right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely still picking up some good black pepper too. James, too, you probably can mention the price of it too. We're smoking the Robusto, which is a 5x50. Lee is smoking the Toro, which is a 6x54?
52.
52?
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they actually call the Toro the Super Toro for this one.
Nice.
So with the Corojo line, it's just the Toro, but for this one they call it Super. The Toro is $9.99 and the Robusto is I think $9.49.
Okay.
So under
Good
$10.
average price point.
Yep.
So let me ask you a question, James. Though, with cigars like that and this close in price, right? So you got $9.49 versus $9.99, 50-cent difference, right?
Yep.
In your experience, do you see more people saying, "Well, give me the Toro, I get a better value," or does it not matter?
No, absolutely, and we order for that too. This is the challenge of the person versus the professional. So like I'm a Lonsdale guy, Lancero, but I can roll Robusto all the day of the week as well. But you get, the consumer and then I don't say not the educated consumer is the difference, but the everyday person that walks into the shop, man, they want more bang for their buck. So yeah, they go Toro, 50 cents,
Right.
but to them it looks like it's $2 or it should be $2 more. So yeah, like I said, I know what I like to smoke, which usually we don't carry, and I have to like special order for myself sometimes. So
Man, it's chat. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, man. It's just so many comments.
No, the chat is going by too fast. Rick G, what's going on? Brandon Jenkins, I see you. My man, Mike Ortiz, Adam Wolf, I see you back there too. Somebody else said something I wanted to hop in. Oh, Mystical said he bought him 2 boxes of Unstolen Valor for Father's Day, even though he's not a father. That's a good excuse, I guess.
To me, yes. Smoke up. Shout out to my brother Gregory, Big Greg in there too, man. Shout out to you. Bruce T in the building.
Treat yourself. That's all I got to say. Every day, treat yourself.
I say all the time, you got to smoke your good shit, man. Ain't no need saving it.
That's how I feel too. So.
Yeah, you had a video the other day when you talked about yard guards, or maybe it was an old one I stumbled back on, and it just made me smile because you're not doing factory smokes as yard guards. And I was like, that's the truth, man. I got 2 hours to walk, push my mower, and do a little weed whipping. That's 2 hours.
I want a good cigar. I don't want
I do too.
Yep.
I do too. I want a good tasting cigar. I won't even go into my buddy box and get out a cigar and mow the lawn with, So.
Mm-hmm.
See, and now that I got my riding lawnmower fixed, like I get out there with a Padron and smoke it.
Yeah, I would too. 50th anniversary or something like
that.
What's up, Mike Hall? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah,
Mike Hall, what's going on, man?
We got some Pravada guys in the house tonight. I told you I was going live. Hopefully you guys actually read the message I threw up there.
Shout out to you. Yeah, hey, listen, I was smoking a Pravada cigar right before Ron said, "Oh, hey, you want to do this other one?" That's all right. I'll do that later.
I've done it before. I'll come back to stuff too.
So I want to jump back to Keith. Keith asked, "Are Robustos average middle-sized cigars?" How do you guys want to respond?
Average middle-sized
cigars.
I'll tell you this. I know when I first started smoking, just about everything I bought was a Robusto because that at that time was what the samplers were. They were all Robustos. So is it average? I don't know. I tend to sell people a Toro versus a Robusto myself.
I was going to say when I first started smoking, I was more into Toros too.
Yeah, the Toro to me seems to burn a little cooler,
Yeah, so these are the two. This one's the Toro. This is the Robusto. So you can see that size difference. They're equal at the bottom. That's the difference. So if you have a hard time visualizing what that actually looks like, I came prepared with presentation items today.
It's like Vanna White, and this behind this door.
Listen, I knew I had to step up my game with Ron after my last video. Okay, I don't have his beautiful looks to help make it easier on myself. I had to have something props that works.
Hey man, I told you beat yourself up way too hard on that. I thought you did fine on the first live.
I think the best part was somebody said I had, look at that smile when we were laughing at each other, that they knew we were friends.
Unfortunately, we are friends.
Absolutely freaking Oh.
So the creamy cedar on this is starting to ramp up on me a little bit. The spice is kind of toning down, and that creamy cedar is kind of starting to take over for me.
Okay.
What's the strength like though? Still medium?
Yeah, it's still medium, still getting black pepper too, but that creamy cedar is almost like a creamy sweet cedar that's kind of jumping in that forefront now.
Mm-hmm. It is definitely it's definitely settling in. First light on mine has been harsh on both of them a little bit, but definitely has when you say creamy cedar, yeah, I could say that. Say that.
Pepper, black pepper's still there too.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Andre, so you're not really going to see Aladinos in every shop. They're just not that popular yet. Yet is the key word. What they're doing, man, they're going to get out. They're going to get out there. People are taking notice to them. But this Cameroon is a limited exclusive item. So the first retailers that got it were the stores that went on their trip with them abroad to the farm. Nice. So those are the first stores that got it. Then everybody else got it that carries Aladino. So it's just not readily available. We've got it on our website, obviously, which is why we're smoking it, because we have the Maduro, we've got the Corojo Reserve, we've got the Connecticut, and we've got the Cameroon. We're huge Aladino fans. We love what they do and the product they're putting out there, because, and this will lead to the next thing. So this is cool, man. Like, listen, I like to educate a little bit. So
no, I'm laughing at Lee because I look down at the chat and that's I didn't see anything, but I just saw the action and it just started laughing.
But it was a mistake. Before you go off on there, Thomas, he said we need a Team Bacon Spice T-shirt, and I deleted the message like he did something wrong, but it was just a big fat finger move on my part.
Listen,
sorry about that.
Thomas, it's all right. If you want to thumbs down the video, you can, man.
No, because I'm gonna work on that Team Bacon Spice T-shirt. All right, go ahead, James.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but if you're interested, remember code Ron sent me for 10% off, guys. We don't have these on sale just because of how limited they are, but Ron sent me, get you 10% off, and of course send some goodies. So what's really cool about the stick, and I mean really cool, and you talk about changing the cigar industry, and you think it's an old industry, and who can do that? This Cameroon wrapper is not grown where every other Cameroon wrapper is grown.
Right.
This is
it's not African.
Yep, this is not African. This is from Honduras. Remember, Aladino's strength is, when you talk about the Corojo Reserva, that is an original Cuban seed that they've kept alive. You heard me talk about how they have eucalyptus trees around their farms and their fields to kill all the mold and the funguses that have prevented other people from utilizing that seed. These guys, it took them 4 years, so 4 different grow cycles to get this year's, excuse me, that Coke's getting me, get this year's Cameroon wrapper to the market.
I'm gonna tell you what's even more impressive for me too. So JRE and Aladino is the epitome of boutique and just the epitome of trying different things and being rewarded with it, right? So look at that ash and that burn line.
It's like perfect, ain't it?
I mean, look, all three of us, like,
yeah. So, and most people know that, ma'am, it's probably 50-50, but Cameroon is one of the harder wrappers to grow. The yield just isn't a lot. And even as Sean Williams from Cohiba states, it's just a really big bitch to work with. The wrapper leaf is very thin. It has to be in certain temperatures to act right. So you're taking something out of its natural environment, moving it halfway across the globe in a different country, growing it and perfecting it. Man, dude, hats off to you. That's another ballsy move that probably 9 times out of 10 doesn't work. So,
and we always talk about on Meet in the Middle that we always like the manufacturers that will step out on a limb and try something new. It doesn't always work, but I appreciate the fact that you step out on the limb, because then you can come up with something that you go, this is like nothing that anybody else is making.
Right. And I can honestly say that even from this flavor profile so far, like, this doesn't taste like most Cameroon wrapper cigars I've had.
It doesn't taste like most Honduran cigars to me.
That's true too.
Agreed. There's just something about this. When I smoked it, that's why I texted Ron right away. I was like, this is a very special cigar. I understand why it took so long to get to the market, what they were trying to do, and how they released it and why they did it, because they knew what they had here.
How's the like in my, so I think I was raving about this earlier too. The finish on this thing is just really, really good, man. This is one of the cigars that doesn't leave a bad taste in your mouth. It has a very nice, very nice, clean finish. One of those that makes you want to keep taking draws.
Yep. See, I don't have the heart to tell Ron the reason he loves this cigar is because, you know, Fuentes used Cameroon on all their good stuff.
Contrary to what people think, though, think about this, though. I love the God of Fire Carlito, which uses the Cameroon wrapper.
Yep.
There's another one, too. Like,
the Hemingway uses it as well.
I like the Hemingway, too. The Hemingway is good, too. My only gripe is with Opus.
I know. It's a completely different product, but,
no, I know. I just like to give James shit, but.
Yeah,
and then I will say the only thing too, like me and James have discussed this too, Lee. I don't know if you're experiencing this neither, but this burns really fast.
It is burning pretty good, but I don't have a problem with it. You know, the draw is good on it. It's burning all right to me. And like you said, the finish is so clean that I'm just smoking it down. You know, I'm smoking it down, and it's not giving me any crazy flavors. So that's kind of nice, you know. And I'm drinking a beer with it, so you know. So hey.
Hey, it's Friday. You worked hard. You earned this moment.
That's right.
Andre, I tried to tell Ron he's got to let us know. You got to let you guys know, the Army, what we're smoking ahead of time.
What did Andre say?
Andre said he's a little jealous because he doesn't have an Aladino.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. Be on the lookout, man. We might put a sampler or something together for you guys, man. That's not out of the ordinary. James has been very good. He's been very good to me as far as giving me some freedom as far as coming up with cigars or different kind of groupings and trying to keep it budget friendly for everybody too. So when I mention these things, man, if y'all are able to, definitely take advantage of this stuff, man, because I think we're trying to put some really good cigars in your hand without trying to kill your pockets, which I think that's the goal for everybody.
Yep. So I don't have it up on the site now, but we will. I do have the picture. I just got to do the back end work. We are going to have a 4 cigar sampler of the Connecticut, the Corojo, and then 2 Cameroons, because I just
nice.
That'd be
I should probably, I'll take that back. I'll take one of the Cameroons away and I'll put a Maduro in there.
I was gonna say I think that'd be better. Just that way you can give everybody a run through of what they have.
Yeah. James G, other James G. I would have bought that Purple Rain in the shop for $80. So message me where it's at, and I'm gonna get my credit card out.
Man, I tell you.
Doc, go around now. What's happening, Romano? Keep those positive vibes going. Hey, I got to keep the positive vibes going because really, if I don't know where the hell I'm going to end up. So I got to keep, I'm preaching to myself. Everybody else is just listening. That's all.
Got to keep fighting a good fight, Unc.
Yeah, man. Eventually,
go ahead, Unc.
No, go ahead. I said eventually we'll get where we're going.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. No, I was going to ask, are you guys picking up anything any different or is it about the same for y'all? Has body or anything ticked up for y'all or anything?
No.
I'm still saying right now it's medium across the board for me.
It is, but for me, I'm going to say that the flavor of it has ticked up a little bit. So the creaminess is picked up, that the pepper is kind of ticked up, still right in the medium, but it's a little bit stronger than it was. But I am also smoking it down too. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm still getting to. Creamy cedar is still the dominant flavor for me.
I was gonna say mine's more of a vanilla, but like my cedar is now much more pronounced than it was, when 3-4 minutes ago. Yeah.
So as you guys see, you got 3 different people here, 3 different palates, but we might not all agree on specific flavor notes, but if we're all saying the same thing, then be on the lookout. So we all mentioned cedar. We've all mentioned some kind of creaminess in there. So those might be some things to be taking notes. If you like cream in your cigars, you like cedar, this might be one to pick up. It's not very strong right now. The smoke, as you could even see, I just saw Leemack puff out his smoke. You could tell the smoke's not very dense. It's not hanging around. It's just good middle of the road cigar right now.
But I will say that I think that the finish is also very long on it as well. Yes. So it's like it's just hanging around in my mouth. It's just not going away. So it's definitely. Hey, listen, Yeah, CLE, Aladino. There are a few brands that I'm like, anything that they have, I'll just take it.
Yep.
Sight unseen, give it to me, and I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, Mike Hall, it's been a busy week. You know that, buddy. It's good to see you. I appreciate all the kind words too, man.
Let's jump in this. Make sure I ain't missing nobody in here too.
You're missing all of them, man. I don't know how to work the chat like you guys do. It's a skill set I haven't developed yet.
Yeah.
Shit,
Hey,
man,
Vintez, man, hey, listen, I'll get on out there on that plane. We got to get out to Memphis. That's for true. For sure.
Oh, Martine stopped by too. Shout out to Martine too, man.
Shout out to the Martine Amaya. What's happening, Big Martine? Check him out. He's got his own cigar reviews. Big Martine. Somebody asked a question. Oh, Jermaine. What's up, Jermaine? He said, is it a thumbs up or a thumbs down or a side thumb? No, I'm gonna give this a thumbs up.
So far, thumbs up.
Yeah, so far a thumbs up. Yep.
So far, thumbs up. Very, very enjoyable. This is I again just mentioned how long the finish is. I feel like the finish is almost, and this is another cigar you have or you need to retrohale.
Mm-hmm. Of course, see, on the retrohale is where I get the sweet brown sugar notes along with the pepper.
Yep.
But without it, I don't get that. It's creamy, but it's not sweet to me.
Right. You have to retrohale to appreciate this one.
Lantis Moultrie wants to know, have y'all smoked the Liga Provider number 9 and what's your take on
it? No, I'm kidding. So I'm a T52 fan over the 9 every day of the week.
I am too. I'm gonna do this for the 9, and I'm gonna say that because some of the ones I've smoked are very good. Then I've had some that I couldn't finish, so I'm gonna go middle of the road.
Yeah. So I am gonna say I smoked one this week, and I am gonna say when they are newer cigars, I'll give it a thumbs up.
Yep.
When they start getting old, I'll go sideways on them. Not necessarily thumbs down, but to me, they just don't seem to age very well, and they become average to me.
I would agree with that too.
Yeah, seriously.
And whoever that was that commented, they got to be new on the channel because if you had that you probably haven't watched the Cigar Madness tournament. The Liga Provider number 9 was involved in that tournament. So that if you aren't, there's a playlist on my page that you can check out and watch the whole Cigar Madness tournament nonstop. So
yep. Hey James, Christopher Floyd says he got a spot that has Purple Rains for less than $80.
Chris Floyd.
hey man, chill out, man.
It is at official Black Line Luxuries on IG, or you can do at smokin without the G _OJ. You send me that phone number or that shop name, man. So that's a damn shame. I only smoke Purple Rains twice a year, and it's you talk about cigars, and these guys have said it over and over in their videos how you feel that day. For me, it's less a monetary thing, but it's like the activity of smoking is an emotional response, right? You want it to elicit something because you want to either relax or vent or whatever it is. I smoke Purple Rains on my birthday and my son's birthday every year. That's all they do. That's the only time of year I smoke. Not even a new job or when I got married. It's like those are my moments. So I only need 2 a year. I have more. I always want more.
I know the way to your heart. If I need something, I'm gonna just give me a box of Purple Rains, dangle them over your head.
There you go.
So somebody asked a cutter recommendation.
Boom! I had to use my Enzo today, but I'm an XO man too.
Yep.
See, I'm on the Enzo tip right now.
Yeah, I know. Got the Enzo too.
Yeah, but my man Randall, he donated it to me. It's the only reason, but I don't know. Shout out to my brother Harry, because brother Harry, he is the first one that said, "Hey, listen, you need to get that XO." And I said, "Yeah, man, but I don't know about
the XO is the truth, it's the truth."
Hey, Martine, good to see you. I just joined your Facebook group, bud, and started digging through your videos as well. So nice to meet you this way, buddy.
You know the ones that I like. We have one in the shop. I don't know if it's an XO or not, but it's got like the rosewood. It's got the wood on the side.
Yep, that's the XO.
Oh man, now see if.
Wait, you want me to go get my? I had another one delivered this week. I have 3 of them now because I'm so afraid of losing them.
See, you want the Rolls Royce?
Yeah, but something about that. I love that. See, I'm a Zycar XI kind of guy. I like my XI, but those ones with like the rare wood or the fossil and all, I get sucked in by that stuff because it's like not everybody has that. But then James, Then I'm afraid I'm going to take this some damn way and lose it. So this is why this is like a little cheap one, but I like it.
I mean, come on, you've got to be like me at this point. You've got to have 30 of every cutter and lighter out there.
I do. I got a bunch of them.
They're just, I have like 8 in my car. I've got 4 in my backpack, 4 in my work bag. I got like 3 in my lounge at the locker. Like, I don't ever worry about losing them anymore.
Yeah.
The good ones are in one spot in my house. That's all they are.
Well, see, when I walked into the lounge last night, I did like this was my cutter. I was like, well, here we go. Because I had none of those cutters with me. None of them.
Been there before, sadly.
And then for me, I just wrote down some notes. I'm starting to pick. It's getting a little bit. I wrote down soft spice, still getting cedar cream, and I'm starting to almost pick up a little bit of a cinnamon and an almond flavor in the background now too. The almond is starting to come more so on the finish.
So Martine says he likes that Colibri Deep V, right? So
yep.
I got one of them too, right? Got a straight and the V. I don't like it.
Somebody actually commented on a picture I posted the other day on Instagram and were like, man, you never post V-cut pictures. I'm just like, it's just a preference, man. Like,
yeah, I don't like it. I just, how I feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not either, but I have a lot of friends. That's the only thing they use is the Colibri V-cut. But like I said, man, that's what they like. That's what they prefer.
Right.
Some people like punching their cigars. It's all preference.
See, and I think the Zycar V-cut, well, I've got the big one. You could throw it, you could hurt somebody. I think that's the better V-cut.
Now, I'm going to tell you the one that I like. If I'm going to do a V-cut, the cheap Vertigo V-cut. That's my V-cut one right there because it's not that deep. See, I like it. I like it not that deep, See, James, you were right. I got a bunch of cutters, brother.
Vintez messing with me talking about soft bacon spice.
Salty bacon spice. Or Ron, you could, they have brown sugar bacon, so you would be good like brown sugar bacon spice.
Brown sugar bacon.
Yeah, they call me brown sugar bacon.
Wow.
Oh man. This is what it's all about, people.
So I'll tell you what, the first time I smoked this, I was reading through my notes. I remember getting hay, and I don't have any of that on this time around. Are you guys getting anything?
No. Like I could maybe have vaguely have seen that in the beginning, but now the flavors are very easy for me to pick out. Mm-hmm. But they're all still the flavors are all melded really well together. They are. It's a very good blend. This is a nice blend.
Now I said earlier that this is not like a typical Honduran cigar to me. To me, Honduran cigars in general, that cinnamon that you talked about, James, is very prominent. Yep. It is there, that red hot spice cinnamon. The spice and the pepper is still there, but to me, it doesn't taste like a cinnamon. It tastes more like a black peppery kind of spice, In fact, I made a pasta dish last night at Judge Caprio was cooking with his son and had a lot of fresh ground black pepper in it, a lot of black pepper. And this is what it reminds me of.
Yeah, that black pepper is definitely intensified. Shout out to the smoking preacher too.
Hey, Rev, what's going on, baby?
So I told everybody in the chat this morning, man. Rev finally got over 300 subscribers. So if anybody hasn't, man, y'all give him a congratulations if y'all aren't following.
Yeah, congrats, Rev. That's a good one. Shout out to Alex Seminoles Dwight. He's in the chat too as well. Another cigar reviewer. Shout out to him. Unlike some other people, we like other cigar reviews. At least I do anyway. I have a good time watching everybody else, and I enjoy it, and I enjoy shouting out to other people and going over there and watching their cigar reviews because a lot of times I want to see what they think about it, Like,
so check this out, Unc. So when I hear you talk about that, and I feel the same way, it really boils down to me being comfortable in your own skin.
That's right.
I don't feel threatened by anybody, so I don't have a problem shouting out somebody that said 10,000, 15,000 subs, 200 subs, like two subs. If I like their content, I like their content. So.
Listen, I have been the second and third subscriber on a lot of channels. Somebody said, I got a channel. All right, man, I'm subscriber number 2, number 3, number 4. All right, do your work.
Yeah, I know a lot of people do that too. They'll see your channel and then they'll double back after it's made 1,000, 2,000 subs. Like, all right, finally I'll sub. Now it's like, think for yourself. If you like that person, sub to the channel, man.
Yeah.
Don't wait for the in crowd.
Hey, James, somebody wants to know what's your YouTube channel.
Non-existent. Well, it exists. I don't do any cigar related things on it. It's just there because in a previous life I had some other videos, so it has no cigar related content. I use Facebook and Instagram mainly.
Nice. Hey, Ron, the preacher said he's working 14 hours so far. Can you believe that he does all those cigar reviews and puts in a 14-hour day?
And sometimes I've seen preachers drop 3 videos in one day before.
I was one of those 3 this last week, man.
I was like, damn, man. Like he'll drop at 8 in the morning. He come back at 1 or 2 in the afternoon, hit you again. Then I'm in the bed, laying down, getting ready to go to sleep. Boom, notification, smoking preacher. I said, damn, he dropped again. That's what me and a buddy at work, we got a running joke. We call him Fro Kobe.
Uh-oh.
Fro Kobe, he's shooting again. He's shooting.
Yeah, man.
Hey, preacher, I want to know what your thoughts are on those piggies. Did you smoke any of them yet?
Preacher probably gonna review every damn one of those, James. I'm not bullshitting you.
I mean, there's only one piggy missing out of that sampler, and you have them all.
Facts, Martin said, I feel the same. I will support everyone because others have supported me. And that's another thing too. Like, so, you know, in order to get to where you want to go, you have to have people, right? Nobody does it on their own.
Right.
So that's the important thing you always got to remember, man. You stay humble and just remember that nobody gets where they want to get to by themselves.
Yep.
It's okay to get help. It's fine to get help.
Mystical wants to know, is there going to be a Black Lion Luxury Facebook group?
Ooh.
Something to think about.
I hadn't thought about that in a minute. So initially, I'm not gonna lie, when I the concept of the club, you know, was created and born in my head, and I was vetting it with some people, that did come up. However, much like Ron, and I think even yourself, Leemack, I'm not really active in a lot of smoking or cigar groups outside of one, which is that Perfecto group.
Right.
And so I don't really know if I want the responsibility of being a manager or an admin on a channel for that. But I'll
tell you this though. We have a Robusto Facebook group.
Yeah.
And it's like it's taking on a life of its own. So much so that I went in one time and there was an admin. It's like, oh, there's an admin here. We didn't know there were any admins. Like they're just taking on a life of its own.
So I mean, my opinion on this too. So, and it might be in the minority, but all right. So I know Leemack has a family. He has stuff going on outside. James, you do too. I do too. Life to me is all about balance. You can't put too much into one thing and neglect other things that are important to you. So It's like you know. I love cigars. I love the community. I have a full-time channel now that takes a lot of attention. So it's like, I can't be in 20 places at one time. Because, you know, if I felt like if somebody was asking me about starting a page and I was like, honestly, man, I probably would hardly ever be there. So it wouldn't be fair to people that join the page.
Yep.
Right.
I got to answer.
Go ahead. No,
go ahead. I wanted to hop in and answer this question for Jason Whitlock, who was asking about an American Puro. And somebody did mention the FSG, but I would say that the cigar that we did on that joint review, the American by J.C. Newman, is an American Puro as well. That's an excellent cigar.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll back it up. So where's it at? There's another Kevin Malone. We are all smoking the Aladino Cameroon, which is new on the market. What, the last 2 months, Leemack, Ron? Right?
Yep, it's fairly new.
So Ron and I have the Robusto. Leemack has the Super Toro. So I asked these guys, you know, I sent Ron one. Leemack was able to procure one on his own. I'll obviously send him one on the back end to replace his stash.
Hey, man, Leemack no bro, man.
I was just going to tell you, bro, man gets all kinds of cigars.
I know.
Oh, and before I forget to, I want to give a shout out to G3. Thanks for that donation, man. Appreciate you, seriously, man. Appreciate that donation.
I thought Leemack and I got a cut of that every time we're on these things, right? Isn't that how it works, Leemack?
Yeah, I got a mason jar full of change I'll mail to you.
No, there's another package you're expecting that I want some of.
Yeah.
That one we talked about earlier today.
Yeah. Oh man, we got my sneaker family in here. What's going on? Cousins, hey, Sleek 50 in the building. What's going on?
What's happening? Hey, listen, it's a good thing that you got your sneaker family in there, because I'm gonna tell you a funny story. my wife was talking about. I'm not a sneaker dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes, to, I used to wear dress shoes, but not anymore since I stopped working in the office. So my wife said, "Yeah, you remember when I first met you? You had on these busted gray, whatever kind of sneakers they were." I said, "Are you talking about these sneakers I got on now?"
Still got them.
He was like, "That was 14 years ago."
But he's like, the clothes don't make the player.
Damn it. Shit.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
Andre, when you said why did you start, James? Are you talking about the club? Can you clarify what you want? Or you're asking that I started about?
Oh yeah, he said get the likes up. I appreciate that, Kevin. Get the likes up. I gotta give us a like my damn self. You know. Oh, I already did. All right, I'm good.
Come on, Leemack.
Hey.
James said somebody said they just got the summer showdown pack in the mail today. Can't imagine how they put the sampler together for that price. Because, man, they're not one of the best damn cigar boutique seller on the damn internet, man. That's how they
Take a bow, James. Take a bow.
Hold on, my kid's coming out here real quick because he's mad he can't sleep in my bed tonight. We're on earlier conversation. I'll be right back, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man, but seriously though, James is he's always working, especially when me and him are talking. The price is very, very important because and Leemack has price in his ratings because we are conscious of everybody's not able to spend $15 or $20 on a cigar. So that's what this whole summer showdown tournament was designed for. All the cigars will retail for $10 and under. And then we, like I said, man, we are really, really trying to look out for you guys and put some good cigars in your hand without killing your pockets.
Nice.
So,
I'm gonna answer a question for Andre. Andre asked the question of why aren't there more U.S. puros? You know, just totally U.S. cigars. And I would say there are, but they're not anything that you would know that exists. You know, there's people that make that Pennsylvania broadleaf and they roll them up, and you go into small shops up there, and that's all they have. But I'm going to say it's a hard thing to blend for the flavor and the market that we want. You know, it's like tough. You know, what are you going to mix? Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, Florida.
Yep.
You put all that together, and I would say that's probably going to suck.
What do you think about a Connecticut broadleaf puro?
Probably won't burn well.
Yeah, that's actually what I was going to say. The same thing.
Too damn thick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen cigars that had Connecticut broadleaf in the filler, but I didn't. And I've seen the Connecticut broadleaf in every component, but not a puro.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So Andre, you know, so in any business, you have to stay innovative and you have to look at why you grow. So there's the business side of the aspect of this, right? So I started with Black Lion because I like cigars and I wanted to make extra money for my family. Quickly learned I was wrong in that capacity because it is not like people think it is, and it's just a hobby you do for fun. Right. You've got to support a lot of different factors. There's a lot of expenses. But what I realized quickly was people trusted my palate once they got to know me, and they trusted my opinion when I recommended things for them. And so I was doing an enormous amount of samplers during the COVID shutdown because a lot of places were closed. And so I was sending out random packages with little guidance based on what I thought of them, what I knew of what they smoked, and what I liked and was hot on the market. So kind of a little bit of everything. So that's where the club was born. Is I realized my personal preference is to be part of a club, and I'm part of a number of clubs, but to be a part of a club that you can get high-end, high-quality sticks for a price point that's just not out there right now. So our club is $4 or $4. I wish 4 cigars.
All right, I was about to say be ready to be overwhelmed now.
It's 4 cigars for $30, which is pretty much unmatched on the market right now. We are going to go heavy on your Padrones, your Warp. So it's going to be your high ends, your boutiques, at a price point that you're just not going to find on the market, because I want to be that whether you can smoke Padrones all day long, I at least want you to once a month have a heavy hitter that you know you literally got at cost. And not at cost of what it should be, but like what the brick and mortar pays to get it in the shop. So for me, it was just like I looked at the market. People trust my opinion. I said, you know what? I want to do this. I want to be that guy for the consumers out there, because there are some really good clubs that do really good things, but there's nobody at this price point. So 4 for $30. The first one is, and I think you guys have heard it before. So it's the Padron 1926 90th Natural. It is the warped Maestro del Tempo 5205. That one is aged. It's already got 4 years on it because it's been sitting on the top of a humidor. We have, oh my God, I'm blanking. An HVC in there.
Yep.
The Cero, and then, man, I've been packing boxes all week. I forget what it is.
There's a night watch in there too.
And a night watch from Aganorsa. So you get a heavy hitter in Aganorsa, but then you get these boutique brands and you get the aged one that you can get them again. Most online, like your small batches, your famous, they carry these sticks. You can wait till the coupon code comes out, or you can, spoiler, you can use the coupon code that comes every month to get those sticks again in the black line that we're going to send out. So that Padron 1926, Ron, off the top of your head, what's that retail for?
The 80 year or the 90 year?
The 90th natural.
That's a $20 to $22 cigar.
So you'll get it in our club. So 22, that's 22 out of 30 right there. But then you also get a 25% off coupon if you want a 5, 4, or even the box of them every month. Because I want to be in the position to put cigars in our community's hands. So that's
can't be mad at that, man.
Yeah. So that's why. Long story, long answer. So
also, somebody in the chat was giving a shout out to Leemack912, and I know he's gonna hate me for this, man, but we got to do it. The GOAT has reached 10,000 subscribers, man. It is a big fucking deal, man. That is huge. I told him numerous times I'm super proud of him, man. That is that's monumental, man. A lot of people don't reach that point, and I can't think of anybody better to reach that milestone than Leemack. So all y'all put that muscle up symbol in there for Unc, man. Put that muscle in that GOAT symbol up.
I appreciate that, because I was talking to Ron earlier, and I didn't think much of it. It was I wanted to get to 10,000 so I could sell some T-shirts. I wanted to have my T-shirts across there. And Ron then explained to me, no, you got to understand the club that you are in now. And honestly, when I'm doing a cigar review and I'm just talking or whatever I'm doing, rambling on for 25 minutes, I'm like, I still feel like I'm just a dude in my garage smoking a cigar. That's all I'm doing,
Well, I think you've touched and affected a lot of people in this community.
It is true.
And not even just cigar smokers, but I think a lot of people follow you that probably don't even smoke cigars. So that in itself is legendary, man. And,
so, and that is a true fact. So anybody that follows me know I was telling a story about my first day out with the truck and how I got stuck, and I had a $250 towing bill. And so what I hadn't shared, but I'll share here, is that I had a lady come in and she sent me a PayPal for $250, and she is not a cigar smoker. So it was like, she's like, man, you're really the light. I appreciate what you do. I just wanted to be able to pay it forward. I'm able to do it. That's it, So I thought that was pretty cool, and shout out to my man, Matt Mitchell. He's not in here, but, Matt Mitchell is another one. When you say the things you said have affected someone's life, Matt preaches the story all the time. 4 years ago, I had this situation, man, you just don't understand. And Matt and I spent a lot of time on the phone, and he was like, bro, you drugged me through. You don't even understand,
Man.
So,
and that's why I say, look at the chat too, Unc, man. You got a lot of love in here, man.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all y'all, everybody, because it's my wife tells me, and I say, look, I'm just talking, and when I started saying we're gonna have a great day every day, it was a bad time in my life, but I found something that made life a little bit better for me, and I'm just sharing it with everybody else. That's all. And then we can all get together, come together, hang out with my brother James and Ron, and we can, talk a little crap, smoke a good cigar. And this is what it's all about, This is what it's all about.
We're supposed to be talking a little crap. I haven't even started yet on Ron.
Oh, man. I'm going to tell you. So I got a crazy DM today. Guy asked me, he says, does Black Line Luxury sponsor anybody else? And I said, not to my knowledge. And he said, why do they sponsor you? And I said, actually, we're going to be doing a live chat with James. So I said, shit, just tune in and watch him. Maybe I said, James will be able to answer this better than me. I can't.
There you go.
Man, that's a heavy question. Not really, but yeah. So we roll with one person right now. Let's RonRealTV, that big dog right up there, little no.
I'm not big, man.
Big dog.
So some of you heard it last time. My approach to this Black Line Luxuries online store is a little bit different than the big ones. I like people. I'm a people person. My full-time job is people-based, where I build relationships for a living to achieve goals. I view that the same way when I'm, part of a cigar community. I really take the time to get to know people. And, Ron talked earlier about being, you can only do so much with the time you have. I've got August, he'll be 4 years old. We just sold our house. Times are changing. So we roll with one guy so that I can give Ron Real not the attention he demands, but deserves. Ron is, I'm going to ignore Leemack for a minute. So I'm just going to gush on Ron.
There you go.
I joined Ron as a sponsor over 6 months ago when he was less than 300 subs, something around there. I knew what I was looking at in terms of a cigar smoker and a palate. It didn't hurt that he and I happened to be in the same Facebook social club beforehand. So we were acquaintances before then, and he didn't really know I was getting ready to take over Black Lion and get that up and running. So I reached out to him and he said, here's my deal. Here's what I want to do. And I want it to just be you. Because I'm a small company online, brick and mortar's been around for 15 years, but we got some big competition online. I can't do some of the coupon codes. I can't get the same prices as some of those other guys, but I can take care of people. And that's my competitive advantage. And so that's why I rolled with Ron, because I see how he treats you guys, the Army, no matter what the numbers were for him when he was 500, 1,000, 3,000, he'll be at 4,000 and 5,000 here soon.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw just a true, and I'm not bullshitting here. Like, I saw a true dude, and that matters to me in a world that's so fucked up some days. And I pardon the French, but like, how you treat people matters. And so I watch from afar and I take care of people how I can. And I saw that in Ron. It was a really good dude. He took care of the cigar community. He was honest. He was genuine. And I was like, that's the guy that I want to support and I want to ride with as we both grow and get bigger and do our thing. And let's just call a spade a spade. Ron's a young African-American man. That's different in this market. I'm a white guy, but I got the last name Garcia. So if you don't see me on camera, I've been treated a type of way until you get to know me. Then you're like, dude, you're white as can be, or you're red. I'm red from sunburn. But, it just mattered to me that I stuck with one guy and I didn't try to go, hey, can you review my sampler? Here's a free box. Can you do this for me? I just don't want to be that company. I want to be the person that builds quality product with quality relationships that actually benefits our cigar community.
Yeah, so, man. Like I said, I don't mean to continue on the Gush talk, but speaking to the Army, everybody listening right now, like, nobody has done more in the cigar community for me than the two people that are sitting here right now. Nobody. So
appreciate that, bro.
It was funny. I remember the first time Leemack mentioned my channel. It was funny. He mentioned it trying to get me over 100 subscribers, and I think at the time I had like 105. And I messaged him. I said, thanks for the shout out, but I'm already there, man. And shit, man, I hit 100, and just like him, I was like, damn, man, 100 people following me, man. So it's been a really, really enjoyable ride, man. And actually, as the time has been progressing, it's been getting better and better and better and better. And I love this stuff more and more every day. So I just feel very fortunate to be around both of you guys, some other people that are involved in the community too, but I'm ecstatic, man.
It helps. And James, like, you don't know this, but Ron introduced me to you and said, well, I know the owner of Black Line Luxury. I didn't know what this Black Line Luxury thing was and who this James Garcia guy was or whatever. And then we kind of, once we kind of started hanging out on a couple of Zoom calls and, whatever, I said, James is a really cool guy. Even some things we were talking about, some controversy earlier this week, I said, James would be a great guy to get in on it. So we two black guys, we got a white guy, but, we need to be able to sit down and have an honest conversation. I think James is the guy that we can have that conversation with. Yep. And that is just pretty cool. I just love it. I love both of you guys, man. And it's just like, it is what it is. It's
still funny that people think that I just came into your life.
Somehow. I know. Ron and I were talking about it the other day. I said, yeah, I know you, Ron, before the wife and before the kids. And, when you got married and I got the pictures and it was like, man, yeah, it's like, man, I know Ron a long time, but everybody thinks that Ron just showed up. And it's like, no, he didn't just show up. But anyway, I also want to jump back to my man, Joe Palmer. Shout out to you. I see a comment there, Joe, talking about some of the rough times that he was going through Leemack912 kind of helped me get through the day. And that's what it's all about. I'll tell you, and I usually don't talk religion or politics until I talk religion and politics, right? And one of the things that kind of was annoying me with my own personal situation was you have a religion and you have a church, but what are we doing for the people that are outside of the doors? Yep. And that's my thing. It's like, so if I can reach out and my pulpit is, you know, this guy, I'm not like the smoking preacher, and he might cuss a little bit. He smokes cigars. He drinks a little bit. Sometimes he says things that's a little bit off kilter. But you know what? When I look back at Jesus, I go, man, he was out there in the street with the people. You know,
there with them.
That's what I like. I like being out there with the people and being able to walk up and tell somebody, hey, look at here, bro. Let me tell you, I know it looks rough, but we're going to just get through this today, and then we'll worry about tomorrow. And a lot of times we can sit down over a stick and we can, you know, make things go away for an hour or so and make life look better. So,
yep.
I don't even know how the hell we got here.
I'll give a huge shout out to Juan Carlos. He says, it's been a minute. Appreciate that donation, Juan Carlos, man. I hope you're doing good tonight. Kevin Malone, I want to give a shout out to you too. Thanks for that donation too, man. It means a lot to me, man. Seriously. Appreciate you guys.
Ooh. Guys,
what's the cigar doing? Has it elevated or done anything different for y'all? I'm telling you, man, this thing burns quick.
Yeah, I've got a little bit more of that brown sugar that Leemack was talking about earlier. Finally, I didn't really have it as much, but I'm getting it now. But for me, man, that retro hell is just
retro hell's nice.
Yeah, yes, especially on this last third, man. It's this. I'm a sucker for pepper and like sugar and like a little cream, like just all day long.
And the finish is still just elite, man. That's the.
Is your finish
cigars dream to have a finish like that? This is a really, really nice finish, man.
It's long, man. It's just so that finish is just there.
Yeah, this is a number for sure. Like the smoke for me is staying cool. Flavors are still good. Like I don't have a number, but I'd use my perfect draw, jab it in there, and still keep smoking on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I still feel like it's medium strength wise. What about for y'all?
Oh yeah.
I still feel medium. Medium.
It's not beating me over the head. I don't see the sweat beads running off of Unc's head.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Hey, I do want to. I'll be accountable and honest. Everybody, I appreciate the feedback to what I said, but listen, there's times I screw up in this as for Black Line. So I appreciate y'all, you know, coming back and supporting as I grow and try to figure this out and you know what that looks like. So I appreciate all of you who have rolled with Black Line and given me a chance. And I don't know. Sometimes I appreciate that you believe in the person sometimes. So thank you all. Yeah, I mean, and for me, it's just like it's just going to be straight out there. And let's be frank. If you take care of me, I'm going to take care of you.
Exactly.
Just simply as put. Like you guys make sure that y'all make sure that my doors stay open. I'm going to make sure that you guys are well taken care of. And that's all that needs to be said.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? I want to buy from somebody that's going to take care of me. You know, I had not Black Line. I've not had any issues with Black Line when I ordered from Black Line, but I had an issue with a box of cigars from another retailer. And they said, you know what? Just, you know, send it back, send me a picture, and boom, they replaced it right away. No issues, no problem. So I'll go back and I'll buy there again.
Yep.
You know,
and James knows that's a company. Like I said, I'm not gonna mention their name, but I know what you're talking about, Unc, and I'm you know, and that's another thing with me too. You guys know I'm gonna be completely unbiased with everything. James knows I'm a fan of that place too, but loyalty and James, as much as I like that company, James does things that they can't or they don't. So that's where the loyalty lies with me for Black Line.
Well, you know, I mean, the reality is, listen, I'm only one person trying to do this, and there's just certain limitations I have on myself, and I'm not going to be like, you must only shop at Black Line. Like that's just, I talk about why I am and who I am like that. I'd be like a slap. It's stupid. I'd be contradicting myself every 30 seconds because it's like, I can only do so much. The cigar community, in my opinion, needs to continue to grow and thrive so that we have less taxes, we have less controversy and all this crap that we go on. And listen, so like you buy where you buy from. It, I mean, give me a shot, obviously, but the reality is I can only do so much, you know.
And I think I even mentioned that in a previous live. I was like, I'm not saying you have to buy everything from Black Line, but at least give them a shot.
Yeah.
You know, just give them a chance.
I mean, like, listen, we do a lot of things well. So like, listen, we have the Cameroon. Most people don't.
Right.
We are very big with Dunbarton, trust
Mhm.
and tobacco. So we have the Unstolen Valor sooner than everybody else and a good quantity of it.
Drew Estate.
Yeah, Drew Estate's our big thing. If you haven't checked out our Drew Estate raffles that we do, we run them every 2-3 months. We have giant Drew Estate ashtrays and giveaways, and it's like we're a very big Drew Estate account because we take care of a lot of people. But like that's what we can do differently that most people don't do. Like we've given out 2 giant tabletop ashtrays that weigh 35 pounds that are solid wood. We just gave away a giant 3-foot tall Herrera Esteli ashtray that's going to somebody in Ohio in their garage. So like there are some things we can do if you just give us a chance. Like I can't guarantee you're going to win, obviously, but we have a little fun.
Or you could just start your cigar review channel and then reach out to James and get sponsored.
Yep.
Then I'd have to make I don't want that phone call where I got to tell Ron that I can't, take care of him anymore.
Hey man, it's all right. It's all good. I still shop there.
Hey, shout out to my cousin Robert Jones. He said he just got home. Good to see you, cuz. Always good to see you.
Man, Eric is in the chat too. Shout out to my dog, Eric, man.
Yeah, man. Big E. I see you. And Big E is on there too. What up? I see you, brother.
Got 70 people in here, man.
Holy crap. So
Philip. Now, here's an interesting one, right? So John Will Hoyt, I guess is his name. He said he uses a corncob pipe to nub. Either one of you ever used the corncob pipe?
No, but I know a cigar reviewer that uses one.
I never tried that,
Smoking Preacher, man.
Smoking
Preacher, the real.
Yeah,
that seems like that's right up his alley.
Yeah, man. One day I was watching the video and he went out and he was like, "I'll be right back." He came back and I was like, "Is that a corn cob holder?" He was. I said, "Man, you know what though? If that's working for him and he's still enjoying that cigar, that's what it's about."
Yep.
I got a little bit of everything going on here.
Man. Dude, those are I love when I see guys doing that because I know they know what they're doing.
So the guy that introduced me to cigars, he does that all the time.
There's a good buddy of ours who's in our lounge. He's a truck driver. He does that so he doesn't have to hold on to his cigar while he drives truck.
Nice.
Shout
out to my brother Lee Hill. I know when I first met him, he came out the truck. He had his corn cob pipe. I was like, yeah, I like it.
So
shout out to Ciale the kid too, man. What's going on, man?
Is that how you say
James Ciale?
Yeah.
I asked him one day, I said Ciale and said something. He was like, "No, you were right the first time," and I think I remembered it. So
all right. I want to answer Philip's question. He asks, where does Black Lion see itself in the marketplace in 5 years? I hope that in 5 years I have created a monster presence online. And I mean, I want to be number 2 or number 3 because I listen. Number 1 is, and I'm not saying overall in the boutique market. I want to be the store that you come to for Dunbarton, for Warped, for Tatuaje, for Illusion, for Aladino, Plasencia. And some of those aren't boutique per se anymore, but when you look at the market and you've got the General Cigars and the Altadis, I want to be those companies I want to be that online store, but then also that does have everything else because we are a huge General cigar store, and I love Rami. He's the rep. Rami's just a phenomenal guy.
Yeah, Rami's great.
Yeah, I like Rami too. He's a good dude.
Yeah, and so like I want to always make sure I'm taking care of those companies that have taken care of me so far. But the reality is there's so many choices out there. I want to make sure the little guys have a shot on the market. So, and then I just think they're just doing incredible stuff. And listen, Drew Estate is awesome and they're big and almost everybody carries them. They don't need Black Lion Luxuries to help Drew Estate. Right. Drew Estate's just going to continue to be the great company they are. JD is going to be innovative and they're going to push and they're going to make people think differently about the marketplace. I just want to make sure everybody else has an opportunity to do that. So I want to be kind of that boutique online store, which is how we position ourselves now.
Nice. Shout out to Prudence. I see you out there, Prudence. What's going
on, Prudence? I saw her. She was smoking the Plasencia Cosacia 146 today. I didn't look at my Instagram after I asked you how did you enjoy it. It looked like you were enjoying it though. You were laying back in that seat. I said, "Oh yeah, must be good."
Chris Floyd, I got that message, buddy. Thank you. That's all I'm going to say now. Thank you. And then when I get them, I'm going to send Ron 100 different pictures, and he'll just have to love it or hate it.
Oh, I can just ignore it. It's fine.
No, you won't ignore me.
No, you'll just post it on Perfecto, and I'll be forced to look at it.
Oh, Andre, yeah, you said the part of it I didn't want to talk about. You know, in 5 years, obviously the partnership with Ron is going to be at another level that I can't even fathom what it's going to look like, other than, you know, Black Lion is in talks right now to talk in exclusives and lounge or online only that we carry. And obviously with Ron's role, it goes back to what I said. I'm not sponsoring Ron just because Ron helps me, and Ron doesn't just accept my sponsorship because he needs a guy. Ron can get 20 other companies behind him, but Ron and I know that my goal is to grow and that Ron is to be a blender, and I want to take care of Ron along that way. And we had a conversation this week. I'm just going to put cards on the table, and I said, you know, here's what I'm thinking about doing for something for an exclusive. You know, I want your input. I've never done this process. You want to do this process. How can we help each other? So yeah, so in 5 years, I hope with Ron and I, what we're doing is, no offense, Leemack, is something this cigar content creator has never seen before, which in my opinion, you're kind of seeing with the Summer Showdown. When's the last time you had a cigar reviewer say, here, I got all 8 sticks I'm going to smoke at a price point you can afford, and we're going to get them to you before the event? I don't know if I've seen that before. And it may sound...
I'm going to tell you too, honestly. So when I become a blender, like Leemack will still be doing his cigar reviews. So he's going to be one of the first people I send these blends out to. And I'm just going to be sitting there watching his reviews, just kind of with my hands sitting there like, all right, let me see what that Leemack scoring scale is looking like.
But, you know, I like the fact that you said when I become a blender. So you got to put out your thoughts into the world. And I tell you, everybody I talk to, you know, I've talked to some people this week, and I said, I got a guy who wants to be a blender. You're talking about the African Americans that are not in the cigar market. I got an opportunity for you to maybe get a guy that's on the ground floor to help him get in and help you. So, you know, just like James is working on one end, I'm working on the other end. So we're definitely gonna get Ron to that blender status, and you know, he'll be like Rainier Lorenzo, and he'll be a Christian Aroa, he'll be a Ricky Rodriguez, and you'll say, hey, this is a new Ron Real cigar that's coming out. You better get some.
Nothing will make me more happy than that, man. Looking at people smoking cigars I blended in there and enjoying it, that would be the ultimate measure for me. That would be elite.
Yeah,
I mean, it's very simple concept that I try to live my life by. Rising tide raises all ships, right?
Yep.
You literally in this life can do nothing alone. Why would you want to? Put good people around you, work with good people, try to do good, and it's all going to be good.
It all comes back to you too.
And that goes back to a saying that I always use too. So, and this is just not even about the cigar community or content. This is just a life, taking a page out of Leemack and just talking about life lessons. So my dad told me at a very young age, people are either assets or liabilities. There's no in between. So evaluate the people that are surrounding you, and don't make an excuse for them. Either they're helping you or they're hurting you. And when they're helping you, it's not necessarily financial. It could be mentally, it could be emotionally, spiritually. Is that person helping make you a better person than you were yesterday? If they're not, then they're hurting you. You need to eliminate that. As you see now in my circle, I'm trying to keep it small too, and I'm only trying to surround myself with people that are assets. They ain't helping me with money and stuff. It's just me and Leemack talk all the time. It could be advice about my marriage or work or whatever. We talk a lot, and you'd be surprised. Most of it is not even cigar related. Right. It's just completely different stuff.
And it goes both ways, you know?
Yep.
Right.
I got to shout out Campos. He finally hopped in the chat. I told him I wasn't going to shout him out earlier. He's he's from my Pravada, the Pravada Discord that I'm part of, and I told him I was going to ignore him, but I couldn't be that guy. Like I said, got to take care of people. So what's up, man?
Shout out to the Discord too, man. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I know y'all are here for James. Y'all don't want to see my ugly mug, but we appreciate y'all stopping in, man. And doing some
I think they just want one of these times they want to see my humidor, and I'm like you, Ron, man. That stuff's like locked down. I won't.
Somebody asked me that again today, and I mentioned it for people that have been watching the live streams that I'll do it when I get to 5,000 subscribers. But I just messaged back and I said, man, it'll come on down the road. I got a lot more important shit that I'm worried about than showing my humidor off.
Nice. Hey, M Cigar is asking, what's in the pipe, Leemack? Well, this is we're all smoking the Aladino Cameroon, and I'm down to the nub. Ron said that the Smoking Preacher, one of the hardest working men in cigar reviews, he uses a corncob pipe to do the nub. Somebody asked if you ever done it. I had never done it, so I got a corncob pipe, and I was like, let me try it. It ain't bad.
Yeah.
It
It
works.
looks crazy as hell, but it ain't bad.
So it doesn't actually adjust the flavor, the flavor and the smoking experience too much, in my opinion.
Well, I'll tell you, this pipe is one that I use for my aromatics, and I had a guy come by the shop, and this was interesting one night. He says, I got this product. I don't know if you guys are interested in it, but I got these CBD hemp flowers. So I smoked those in the pipe too, and so along with that Aladino and the hemp flower and the aromatics.
Might be sound like Lee trying to go to the sky.
Woo! It's all right, baby. It's all right.
Oh man! Shout out to Slick 50 and Andre. They were saying that their dads were saying the same thing. Yeah, me and my dad kind of we were really close when I was young. Grew apart. We got close again. But one thing I can say about my dad, man, he gave me I didn't understand it when I was younger, but as I got older, started going through some life experiences, I realized that the guy loved me and was just trying to help me out, man. That's all he was doing. So,
yep. Hey, you know, I had a conversation with my son that I don't talk about very often because he and I were not very close and, you know, whatever. And, you know, he told me that same very thing that you said. He said, you know, I just wanted to tell you that I realized that when I was younger, the things you were telling me, you wasn't trying to hurt me. You were trying to look out for me. And I just want to tell you that thank you. And I appreciate everything that you did, you know. So, you know, that it's tough being a father, you know. So when you sometimes you got to make those decisions that are unpopular for your kids, but you say in the long run, you're going to be better off. Right.
I agree.
I just love that the chat here is all about Leemack in the clouds right now. Leemack's trying to have like this serious father, you know, and appropriate, right? Father's Day weekend. You know, about
shout out to all the fathers out there too, man.
But you know what I noticed with the cigar near the end? Earlier, Ron was saying, well, the smoke is kind of thin. It's not really, you know, not really that thick or whatever. But I found when I'm down to the nub that the smoke really has increased. It's gotten thicker. It's very nice. The cigar is picking up in strength as well. So it's been pretty medium the whole time, but down on the nub, though, it kind of kicks up.
That's the notes I had too. I ended up saying it's very consistent from the first one I smoked earlier today too. I said the flavor and the body were on the low side of medium to full. I still gave the strength a medium, but it's a very healthy medium. Depending on how much you smoke and what you like to smoke, this could easily be a medium to full cigar for you. Easily.
It's a good cigar. I like it.
I do too.
I like it.
This is a cigar that I feel like it's very approachable for everybody, and I feel like if it's starting to get too overwhelming for you, it'll probably be in that later part of the cigar where you won't mind putting it down. Like, oh, I had to get rid of half a cigar. Flavors are real nice. The finish is clean. I'm digging this. This was a winner, especially knowing that they did the Cameroon and Honduras too. Like this. Right. This was a nice cigar.
The other thing I'm excited about this cigar, I feel like this cigar is going to get a little bit better with age.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited to put some of these down and come back in 6 months or so and see what the age version tastes like.
I think so too. I'll be interested to. So what do you think so far? So James hasn't smoked the Toro yet, I don't believe, and you're the only one that smoked the Toro and Robusto. So what would you give the nod to? It seems like you had a more enjoyable experience with the Toro.
I did have a more enjoyable experience with the Toro, but I said earlier that I feel like mine were kind of right off of the truck. Like, you know, they felt a little young. It felt a little harsh. This is not as harsh as the Robusto. For me, the Toro is a better smoking cigar right now than the Robusto. But, you know, who knows?
Yeah, I think I agree with you, though. I think some time is really gonna make this cigar pop.
Yep. Hey, Ron, you got Michael English is in the chat. You got me in trouble with him in a good way, though. I think.
What did he say?
Michael, he took your advice and he, you know, went after one of these bad boys that we had on sale. Unfortunately, you grabbed his blue color that he wanted. You got the last one. And
hey, but you got mine.
I know. I took care. So I had to unfortunately tell Michael I didn't have his color in stock, and I had a couple other ones. So he was accommodating, and I took a little off for him. But I want to let you know you stole Michael's last cutter.
Hey, Michael, if it makes you feel any better, I only cut one cigar with it, and that was the 2020 Year of the Rat. And then I got my Enzo and I got my old beater XO, so I just packaged my blue one up and put it back in my cabinet. I'm just.
How's that supposed to make him feel any better? You're not even using it.
He knows that it's not getting beat down and worn. It still looks nice and pristine. It's still pretty.
Hey, listen, I'm still just gonna hold this beautiful one up that you wanted.
That's
all right. I'm gonna do like Lee and go get the one with the wood grain handles on it.
Hey, man, yeah.
But no, very, very, very enjoyable cigar. I smoked 2 today and I enjoyed both of them. This was cigar number 4 for me. What was this cigar number 9 for you today, James?
7.
Woo! I'm a lightweight, man. This is my first. No, this is my second one. I lit one and didn't finish it. This is the second one. So I was working today, you know.
Yeah.
So was I. And so in between, so for those that don't know, and some of you do, we sold our house during this crazy time. Literally, we accepted an offer 36 hours after it was posted on the market. But all the work leading up to it. So I actually had like a clean palate for a couple of days. I told Ron, like I went 3 days without smoking, which is a rare thing in my world. Like I haven't done that in over a decade. That's just how long it's been. But so the house is finally sold. So it's not as chaotic and I can have some things out, but we're house hunting now. So we're driving. And so we saw 6 houses today. I was doing my full-time job. I was at the shop for a minute or two. I mean, by a minute, a couple hours, obviously. And now this. So yeah, I've been smoking a lot. When I'm in the car, that's when I smoke mainly. So
nice. Hey, I got to ask this question to the group here. So my call 1949 says, can you microwave a cigar to help mature and dry them out?
So no joke. Francisco from DBL has told me that.
Really?
So on those, have you ever been to where he's done the rolling ones in front of you?
Yes.
Those are the ones he recommends. So anything you roll here in the States with that tobacco, he recommends doing that because you have to put it in some sort of bag too. I forget exactly what it is, but you do that for it's like 30 seconds, maybe a minute, and it will help age it like 2 to 3 years.
Wow. Yeah. So you learn something new every day. I never heard that.
First time I'm hearing that too.
I will. So what I can do, guys, is I'll find the exact information and I'll get it to Ron, and he can disseminate that to you the proper way, so you're not just burning cigars in your microwave. But it's out there, and it's from a master blender and a gentleman that I tremendously respect.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Francisco's the man, dude. I don't think you'll be able to find one person that'll be able to say anything bad about him.
No, Francisco is. That's my brother. I was telling the story. I met him right when he was starting his cigar company. I was just starting my cigar reviews, and I was in the cigar shop. He was talking. I was like, brother, you mind if I put some of this on tape? I held my phone up, and it was a great time, man. Great time. I got to go find that video. I was looking for it the other day, and I don't remember which video it was on.
Yeah, I do remember you posting the video with him too. So James, you get Prudence says she was dragging her feet. She wanted the blue cutter too. What James isn't telling y'all is I was choosing between 2. It was the blue one and it was a black one, but I already had a black one, but I was going to buy another black one. And I said, what are you thinking? He said, the blue one. Yeah, the blue one looks better. I said, all right, I'm going to go with the blue one. See, he ain't telling y'all the full story. He's the reason I got the blue one.
Okay. All right. The fact is, it's still in your possession. That's all I'll say.
Hey, another question. Mom says, James, if you sign up now for the Cigar Month Club, will you receive this month or next month?
Both. So July is our first month of the club ever. So if you want to say you've been in the beginning and you've been rolling with James, Black Lion, and Cigar of the Month, sign up before or sign up between now and July 14th. And that's when you'll get the first month. Anything after July 15th will then roll to month 2. So pretty straightforward in terms of how the club timing works. I think a lot of other clubs do it that way. But our first packages start mailing next week, and I am excited. I've been, it's just stupid cool, right? Like, I get to think about the packaging, what the box looks like, what the stuff inside looks like, and I'm not giving any spoilers away. Obviously thinking of what cigars to follow up in this second month is awesome. Just those little things. Like I'll give one spoiler away. I got to create and design a stamp. So it's a big old honking 5-inch stamp that'll be kind of like our little thing. And it's a little different than some other places, but it's been fun. So I'm really excited. But yeah, between now and July 14th, you'll receive the first package ever from Black Lion Cigar of the Month Club.
There you have it from the man himself.
Yeah, and so I know, everybody, you need a slogan or something to rep yourself these days. But so our logo is luxury for the blue collar of cigar aficionado.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm out here in my t-shirt. I don't have a huge house. I'm a modest dude. I spend all my money on cigars and my family. And so I want the club to kind of be a living embodiment of me. It's like, hey, I know what good tastes like. I don't always have to spend it. Sometimes I can get taken care of. And that's what this is going to be. It's going to be good that takes care of you once a month. So.
And y'all know Leemack blue collar, and y'all know damn well I'm blue collar too. So
yeah, man.
Yep. It's not overly complicated doing this. I'm just lucky that I've got a shop that's got resources and connections. And man, Ron, I really wish I could tell him that story about that 300 box purchase, but I know I can't put that out there.
Man, yeah, that was nuts.
Like, I joke about, or not joke, but I talk about we're a small shop. But like, if I could tell you the story, I think some of you would just be like, "Oh, like we're not small players."
Hey, Lee, what's our hashtag? Pound for pound.
Pound for pound, baby.
Pound for pound. You might not. That's why I tell people all the time, whether you're a retailer, a cigar reviewer, or whatever, I might not be the biggest, I might not be the strongest, but pound for pound. Pound for pound.
I come to play. Let's just put it that way. All right, Mystic, you're platinum collar, but I think, man, well, I appreciate you rocking with those blue collar people.
Mystical is definitely platinum collar.
Yeah, man. He's on another level. I hope to only get there when I grow up, but I just refuse to grow up. That's the problem.
I'll tell you, well, I will say, thanks to COVID, so I normally wear suits full time, man. That's my day job is I wear suits and I travel on Amtrak. So like that's always felt out of place. Like being home during COVID and like smoking all day and just being in street clothes, it just feels good again. Like I'm not somebody else.
Brother, for 30 years I did that same thing, and it's like one of the first things I did was pack up all of the suits and the dress shirts and everything, and they're in the basement. And it's like it's been a year now. And it's almost like, okay, I think this stuff needs to go to the Goodwill.
That's why I was just about to ask, when is it going to Goodwill?
Much more comfortable, James. I agree with you,
Cigar Show Tim, what is going on, brother? So you just made it in the chat. You guys be sure he's another, I'm not even going to say up and coming. He's had a channel before, but he just started his own cigar review channel. So you guys make sure to go over there and give him a follow too, man. He just did his second cigar review, which was the Drew Estate Liga number 9, which somebody asked about earlier. You want another opinion about the Drew Estate Liga number 9? Check out Tim.
Yep. Cool. I'm writing it down so I can go back and subscribe if I'm not already subscribed.
I know you like me because I'll find, and that's another thing. So me and Lee, a lot of times we'll just be chatting about stuff and then he'll be like, have you heard of this channel? And I'll click on it, it'd be like 3 subscribers. Or he'll send me one, or I'll send one, it might be 10. And we'll sit there and just talk about content or what we think about the person or, consistent. We just talk, I think. And we talk about this all the time too. To stay relevant, you have to always be in tune to the biggest guy, the smallest guy. You have to be paying attention to everything. You have to, if you want to stay relevant. So we do that a lot.
There are some people out there that Ron and I say, there's one person in particular, we go, oh man, she's great. Yep. She just don't put out the content. But if she did, oh man, she could really have something going here. But not everybody can do it,
I think her channel's been around maybe about 5 or 6 months, Lee?
Probably.
I bet if she was putting out something at least once a week, she'd be pushing 1,000 right now. She has the personality, and the content is really good. Her only problem is the consistency.
So guys, Mr. Marvelous asked, would you recommend my club to a new beginner? So I'm not going to ask you to talk about my club because obviously that wouldn't be fair to you guys. But you two know the first sticks. The first 4. It's the Padron 1926 90th Tubo Natural. It's the Warped Maestro del Tempo from 2016. It's the HVC La Rosa 520. And then it's the Guardian of the Farm Night Watch Rambo. So those 4 sticks, $30. Would you tell a new guy, a new girl, or a new sister of the leaf to sign up?
I think it would be worth it to sign up to have some of that good stuff in your humidor. Is it something that I would suggest that they smoke right away? I'd probably say no.
Right.
Because I don't know if a new cigar smoker is going to appreciate what it is that you've got there. But you got to take a little time to go through, find what you like, smoke your way on up the ladder. And then once you get up there a bit, then you can say, hey, wait a minute, I got this stuff that's from Black Lion. Now let me try that and compare it to this other stuff I've been smoking. And then you'll be able to say, oh, wait a minute, this is some really good stuff. And then you can Black Lion it out all the way out from there.
So I just take that opinion too. Like, I agree with Lee, and you're finally getting into cigars. Just take this on as a lifestyle, and just that it's going to be around. You're going to be smoking cigars for a while, so you have to take that approach of don't walk before you crawl.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of cigars. Mystical Gents in the chat. His first cigar was a 1964 Padron. I jumped off the deep end and started smoking strong shit at first too. I wouldn't recommend that though. If I could go back, I would have wanted to progress in a more gradual state than rather just crushing my palate with stuff. And then, like Lee says, you'll be smoking this stuff, but because your palate is not very seasoned yet, so you won't be able to pick up a lot of the nuances, and you won't be able to appreciate what's really sitting in front of you. Because I think James is really, really dialing in on some really, really good cigars, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ron, you just nailed it. You might not, you're going to appreciate, but you might not know why you appreciate. That's what my club is going to do. Like HVC, Warped, especially that Age Warped, and Guardian of the Farm. Those are bang for your bucks, all under $12 sticks. Two of them are under 10. But those are for, Warped is rolled by Aganorsa. It's Aganorsa tobacco, right? So is Aganorsa, obviously, is Aganorsa. Then you have HVC, Aganorsa. Those are three companies that are dealing with some of the top tobacco in the world right now. So if you don't smoke all three every month, these three, you smoke one and you let the other two sit for a while.
That's good.
You're going to, like Leemack, so you let them sit, part of your collection, you let them grow. You're going to get quality tobacco, and you're going to understand when we talk about, like, this is why the Supreme Leaf was incredible this year, or why this new release is so hyped. You're going to start to understand as you develop your palate and you smoke some of the other ones against these throughout your life cycle as a connoisseur or aficionado. That's what this club is going to do. You're going to understand why I love Warped, because their tobacco is just incredible to me. There's going to be a couple mama bears in the package, and you're like, what the hell's a mama bear? Trust me. You're going to be
OG. That's some OG stuff there.
I like that mama bear. That was a good cigar.
I know. I was about to say Lee's a Warped fan too.
Yeah. Yep. So you're going to hate me though, because what I'm going to do is you're going to walk into these shops and you're going to start asking for stuff, and they're not going to have it.
Right.
Yeah. I was going to say the El also is an OG cigar.
Yeah, but it's still very good tobacco, and you'll understand how Ron, Leemack, and I have developed our palate over these years.
And, that's why I started, I had somebody ask me about, beginner cigars, and I started a beginner cigar series, and I'm trying to explain to the new cigar smoker, all right, here's some stuff. We're going to start with some Connecticut stuff, right? But not all Connecticut is a mild, but I want you to understand when you're smoking it, hey, this is this type of cigar. This is that type of cigar. This is why James is buying more DBLs, because I did the DBL Amarillo the other day. And I said, now, you want to smoke a mild cigar, you want to get flavor, here you go. This is it. But you might not want to smoke that first. You want to make your way up to it so that you understand how much better it is than some of the other things we did in the series.
And I say it all the time too, even as a beginner. Don't get caught up in listening to that cigar lounge bullshit that people, I only smoke Maduros, or I only smoke Padrones, or I only smoke David. Even as of right now, James, Lee is the same way. We smoke everything. Our umbrella is very big because stuff is always changing. People are blending different ways. You want to smoke everything. People ask me all the time, how do you get your palate the way it is? Smoke all different kinds of shit. Smoke everything.
And it's funny because I got a couple of bags here of stuff that, like, I'm smoking. Some for the beginner series, some stuff that I recently picked up or whatever. But it goes everything from, like, the Leaf. It's a crazy ass cigar, nice cigar. And then here's another one. You look and you say, well, damn, this was a cheap cigar. The Indian Head Rough Rider Sweets.
I've never even heard of that cigar.
Was my cigar of the year. I think it was $3 when I bought it back then. Not an expensive cigar. But then on the other hand, then I've got some Maduros. I've got all different types of cigars. And, you know, all right, now I look to light up another one. It depends on what I feel like. So, you know, you want to develop your palate to go, oh, yeah, that's my type of cigar.
Right.
I like the pepper. I don't like the pepper. I like the creamy. I don't like the creamy. I like mild. I don't like mild. I like strong. So you'll decide what it is that you like. And then, like Ron said, don't get hung up in the cigar lounge crap. You got to smoke what it is that you like, you know? I got a guy in my lounge. He only smokes mild cigars. And when he comes in and we have something new that comes in, I go, Rick, I got something for you to try. I think you might like this one. Is it strong? That's the first thing he'll ask me. I go, nope, it's not. But I think this is a great Connecticut cigar. Like that Antonio, Connecticut.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Good
cigar.
Good cigar. And that's a Connecticut, you know, and I'll smoke that anytime.
Yep, CLE Connecticut's good cigar.
Good cigar. Yep.
I agree wholeheartedly. Let's say love, belief. I wouldn't. It was Eric say I wouldn't even know why you would only want to smoke one. Eric, there's some weird people out there.
Yeah, there are some people that only smoke one cigar in one size.
Yep. I know people like that too.
Mm-hmm.
They might smoke a Toro, and if you're out of the Toro in the store, they'll turn around and walk out the store.
Yep, they don't want nothing else. But again, you gotta appreciate that as well, because now you have somebody that knows what they like, and they smoke what they like. And if you like it, I love it. I don't care.
It takes the same approach as food. So, you know, if I'm an Asian and I'm only eating Chinese food or Japanese cuisine or whatever, your palate is only going to be trained to that kind of cuisine. What are your best chefs in the world? Your best chefs in the world? What are they good at? They can cook everything. They can cook Thai. They can make Mediterranean style. They can barbecue.
Italian, soul food, everything.
A good chef can cover it all. They can make fish, pork chop, like whatever. So it's the same thing with cigars. The people you're going to find with the very, very best palates, they may not like everything, but they appreciate what each wrapper leaf or what each blend can do.
Yep.
And two, you know, Ron, we've gone through this as well. You change over time. Like Ron would say at one point, oh man, I was an all Maduro guy, and that's all I wanted was Maduro. And right now, Ron would go, I ain't really checking for Maduros.
Right. And even though I like strong cigars, if I could find a cigar that's full body, full flavor with medium strength, I'm good with it. I don't have to get, and so people think, well, I say because of Padrones and stuff, it's like, I don't mind getting beat over the head, but I don't have to have that for the cigar to be elite or me to consider it an elite cigar.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's just too many things on the market right now, and it just all changes. The market, like you said, it's always moving.
Yeah.
Like folks, not kind of like bring this full circle while we're here today. Like this Cameroon is the first Cameroon wrapper not grown in Africa.
Yep.
It's going to change the market. This is going to change how people experiment and use this leaf, and you are seeing history. So like, smoke it now. Say you're one of the first people in the 6 months that's had the stick and can say that, because a year from now there's going to be somebody else. 2 years from now there'll be even more, and you can be an educated cigar person and you can say, I remember when that hit the market and it changed. It's kind of the same way that Mexican San Andreas wrappers did.
Right.
Be that
everybody's using it.
Yep.
No, I totally agree. And thinking of so like I said, most of the time I like Cameroon, but one of the cigars in particular I know I smoked recently or in the past 3 or 4 months and I didn't like it. I think the Cameroon was a binder, the Don Lino Africa. I smoked it in Robusto and thought it was terrible.
That just came back. That I had some of the old ones and some of the new ones. I thought it was terrible then.
Terrible.
And I wouldn't smoke it now because I thought it was terrible then.
Oh, it just was gritty and dirty. Like it was not a fan, man.
I smoked both of them in the same day. I started with the old one in the morning, finished the night with the new one. I'm glad there was some in the middle. Let's just put it that way. I wanted to love it. I really did. I was like, okay, they maybe learned what they did wrong, and they're trying again.
Yep. And Keith Jacobs asked, have you tried the Monte Cristo White series? And that was a cigar that the owner of my lounge liked, and he brought it in. He's like, oh, you got to smoke this great cigar. And he was like, how was it? I didn't really care for it, but
yeah, that thing is a staple in every humidor you walk into, right? Every person shop has it. It sells. It's okay.
Yep. I agree. Tim says the AJ Cameroon was good. I thought that was pretty solid. And then Eric asked for a newer guy. I'll walk into a cigar lounge and get overwhelmed by the decisions and choices. It's like, where the hell do I start? And that can I think that's definitely very common for most beginners.
Yeah. Yep. So you really need to have, I don't care where you buy, right? So James is saying, well, he suggests cigars for people basically based on what they like and what their palate is like. Mm-hmm. I do the same thing when I work in the shop, and I have people that say, well, I only come when you come because every cigar you suggested for me has been something that I liked. And every cigar I suggested is not going to be the same cigar for every person.
Right.
Yep. So you have to have in your local market somebody that understands and will take the time to understand who you are and what it is you like and suggest those things. I tell the story that one of the first shops I walked into, I was a new cigar smoker. They said, what is that? The ESG, Ashton, VSG or something like that.
Yep.
And I was like, whoa, that was way too much cigar for me. But like this guy is trying to sell me an expensive cigar that everybody else might like. And I'm going, nah, that was not the cigar for me. So you need to find somebody, even if it's not a purveyor, a friend of yours that smokes, somebody that can really suggest some things for you. They got to talk to you first and then listen to you, and then they can suggest a cigar for you. I can never suggest a cigar for somebody just based on what I like. I can say, this is a good cigar, but it might not be a good cigar for you.
Right. And I was about to say, I think it's a good tobacconist, like, so just piggybacking kind of off what you just said too, people have to realize what's really important. So is it more important for me to make one sale of a $20 cigar, risking that person hates that cigar, or like you said, getting to know that person, selling them an $8 to $10 cigar and having that customer for the next 10 or 20 years?
Right.
Which one is going to be better?
I had a guy come in last night and he said several times, well, I'm kind of cheap. I'm around $8. So it doesn't matter. I got cigars that are more than $8. So as we walk around, I'm not suggesting to him a cigar that's more than $8 because he's an $8 guy.
Right. And then that's another thing. There's plenty of elite cigars that are under $10.
Absolutely.
First thing that came to mind, that Guardian of the Farm Apollo is crazy, and it's like an $8 or $9 cigar.
Mm-hmm. Listen, if you can find the warped Cordos,
fantastic cigar.
I like those. Yep,
fantastic cigar.
Grand Reserve 88. They're all under $8 right there. And in my opinion, pound for pound, right? They up there. I'll steal that, man. Like, that's one of the you can't go wrong with, in my opinion. You have to be a really bad cigar smoker to come back in and say this stick was trash.
Well, so you got certain companies, like you just said, their catalogs for the most part are really impressive. Illusion, Warped, HVC, CLE, DBL, like these are companies that 9 times out of 10, it doesn't matter what they're blending, what wrapper leaf they're using, that cigar is going to be, it might not be fantastic to everybody, but at least everybody be like, oh, it's a good cigar. It's average. They're just, their catalogs are very consistent and very strong.
Yep.
Compared to some other companies where you say, all that shit is trash. I don't like that.
They got 70. I said they got 70 SKUs and like 3 of them are good. It's like
I don't like none of them.
It's not good.
Yeah.
My call, Ron, you retro hell so smoothly. Do you still get spice, pepper, or intense flavors? I do pick up a lot of spice, pepper, and if you hear me commenting about a pepper level being pretty high, then that cigar is pretty damn intense, because I feel like I like, and James and Lee both know this too, like I was smoking the Aladino Corojo Reserva earlier today, and that first thing I told James, I said, I still prefer the Corojo Reserva because I would understand somebody like LaTanya, she likes smoother cigars, more refined. She would probably far more enjoy this Cameroon than she would the Corojo Reserva. The Corojo Reserva is just very intense, very full, but that's what I like. So the intense pepper and spice, it doesn't bother me. And then I have a background in drinking barrel-proof bourbon all the time, so I think my palate's just used, and my sinus cavities, they're just used to just taking on a beating. So it's just.
Yep. Hey, Eric made a good comment. He said he think that's why cigar reviewers are important, because it's underestimated how new cigar guys count on reviewers because it is so overwhelming and confusing. That is the number one reason why I started my cigar channel, was because I was watching some reviewers. They go, I'm smoking a cigar, and they either don't tell me anything about it, or they go, "This cigar is great. This cigar is great. This cigar is great. Every cigar is great. Great. Oh, wait. Every cigar is not great. So you got to have a cigar where you say, like we talked about Don Lito Africa, where you go, this cigar is trash. I'm sorry, I don't like it. I talk about that Casino Gold. Was the cigar, probably the first cigar, maybe one of the only cigars that I said, this cigar sucks. You got to have some of those cigars where you go, it sucks. And I don't care what they say. You're just 1964, 90, whatever.
Oh, man. At least said garbage. No, but Lee, you already know what I'm going to say, James. I stand by this. I don't give a damn who disagrees with me, who thumbs down. Never trust a reviewer that likes every cigar and doesn't retrohale.
Yeah. Yep.
Now that person, I'm not saying that they have to retrohale through the whole cigar, but they should be able to demonstrate a retrohale and tell you the flavor notes of that, because Tim knows, Martine knows, Lee knows, anybody that reviews cigars knows, and a lot of the seasoned smokers in here knows. A retrohale can take an okay cigar and make it good. It can take a good cigar and make it great. It can intensify flavors. It could change flavors. So if I'm watching a cigar reviewer and I see it consistently that they retrohale, you're missing some components of that cigar.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I was always taught it's 1 to 2 retrohales per third.
And I'm way over that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm probably every other draw, and it's because it's a habit. It's a habit now. So it's like I don't even pay attention to me doing it really so much. It's just, unless it's really good, then I'm like, all right. But I've had some cigars that sucked, and I had to retrohale the whole cigar to make it decent.
Yeah, and I hate when I have to do that though.
Yeah.
If I got to retrohale a whole cigar just to get anything out of it, it's like, oh, I don't like that.
You're overworking for sure.
Yeah, I'm working too hard. I just don't work like that, working so hard,
Yeah. Tim said he retros too. I've seen Tim definitely retros, but
I'm pulling stems again there, Ron.
Man, some of them stems you pulled out in some of them previous videos, I was like, damn, man. Like some of them have been the length of the cigar. I'm like, there's no way that's supposed to be. Because, we all know, like, some of the stems are strategically placed in there for strength factors and stuff, too. But like Lee said in the video, I don't want my stem near my cap.
Right.
I shouldn't have to feel that on my lips. And then if I pull it out and it's the length of the cigar, that's not meant for strength. That's a flaw. Like, that shouldn't have been approved.
Charles, your fishing trip, buddy, send me an email, blacklineluxuries@gmail.com. I know the perfect sticks. I'll tell you right now, it's the Juarez. You talk about outdoor sticks that you don't have to worry about the wind. You get the aroma, and they're under $6-7 all day. They're phenomenal.
Yep. But another one that's good for fishing and golfing or whatever, I say, is the Umbagog.
Oh my God, that Toro, yes.
Yeah, that's a good Dunbarton tobacco. That's a good cigar.
It is.
Yeah, where's our Bruce isn't on this chat. I took care of Bruce. I price matched for some of those the other day. So
Bruce is a good dude, man. Super solid guy. I like Bruce too because he thinks for himself, and I can tell that just from his actions. I like people that just think for themselves. If he wants to be somewhere, if he wants to do something, he's gonna do it.
Yep.
Nice.
I actually took care of Bruce got our last box of the XX shots.
Oh, nice.
I was about to say somebody in the chat's talking about the Warriors too.
I love that size, that XS shots. Shots.
Excellent size.
That's a great size.
Can't wait for that Chihuahua to come out too. I'm really eager to see how that thing smokes.
All right, guys, I transitioned over to the Aladino, Connecticut.
I hear you. And see, now we talk about Aganorsa, so I'm smoking out of the Pravada Club, Aganorsa leaf. This was pretzel, Philadelphia soft pretzel. That's what I'm smoking tonight. That's what I started with. Then I came to this one. Now I'm somewhere else.
I've had one of those too. I got to smoke one of those.
Yeah, I have not smoked. It's chilling in the humidor. So there's a couple questions I'm gonna ping back and forth between that. We're way deep in the chat. So when you get sticks, depending on how they're shipped, if they come in a good packaging, and they come in a bag with their Pello, the humidor packs, you can smoke them right out of the bag. I typically wait a day or two though. I fill them to make sure they feel okay and there was no damage. But
Lee, go ahead and tell them, because I'm right there with you. We coming off the truck.
And listen, I just got this order of Drunk Chicken cigars right off the mail today.
Did you do it? You ordered from them?
I did, and I'm excited about what it is that I got here, and I'm reading the story about Drunk Chicken, and I'm excited. I want to see what they have. Drunk Chicken Cigar. I love the name. And everyone's named there for a chicken.
I'm gonna be waiting on those reviews too. I mean, I'm gonna support them in just you already know, Lee. I'm gonna support them anyway, but I'll be interested to hear your reviews on them.
Mm-hmm. They might be coming to your favorite online store.
Nice.
Oh,
That's good. Yeah, I'm excited about these. I really am. And the other thing I like about it, right? So I've been trying to promote some of these smaller companies or whatever. So I like to be able to say, well, where can I order them? Oh, you've got a website? Oh, I can order it right away. You take my PayPal, you take my Cashapp, whatever the case. I got all the information of where I can get it. So now if I like it, I can send somebody else to go like it, to get it as well. So that's very nice. I like that. You got to have your shit together.
Leemack, my call had a really good question. He said, are cigars designed for the last third to be less flavorful, or is it just the accumulation of cigar tar? I think this is one equation I have because I've seen blenders do it. If they go through blends, most of the time I've seen blenders, they don't finish cigars. So I think a lot of blenders don't really know the full experience of cigars sometimes.
But when you roll a cigar, though, they will typically take those tips and ends and put it up in the foot of it. Yeah. So typically you will get a bigger blast of flavor up in the foot than you will. But now as the tar and all of the flavors are building up as you're smoking it, I think it adds to the strength and the flavor when you get down closer to the nose.
Yeah.
Cigar Show Tim said he interviewed someone last night who was talking about drunk chicken sticks. They're great. Leemack, I want to know which ones you smoke first, because I've had them now, and I want to see what you think. Because I was it's female minority owned in the DMV. To me, like, we got to take care of those companies that are trying to put themselves on the map, and it was a very good smoke. The 4 I've had, so
I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I'm really excited. About that. Aganorsa, again, I just ordered from a Black Star line out of Chicago. There's another one that's using Aganorsa, and Terrence tells us that they're, putting some stuff together for them. So I like that as well.
Yeah, James, we gotta try that one too. I've heard good things about that one. That War Witch.
The War Witch, yep. I got a sampler that's got the War Witch in it.
Yeah, that's the one I'm really, really interested in. Rick G said the soft pretzel dried his mouth out like crazy.
I've heard.
I wasn't a huge fan of that. I wasn't a huge fan of the light pretzel.
Yeah, this is the Philadelphia soft pretzel, which is the lighter pretzel, and I was not a huge fan of that one. The dark one, the Maduro, I thought that was it. That cigar is a problem to me. Yeah. I like that cigar. This one is not as bad as the first one. I was talking to Ron, and like I said, we talk all the time. I was in the car coming down the New Jersey Turnpike, and it's not a big cigar to start out with. And I was like, I'm just not liking this cigar. I'm not liking this cigar. He's like, well, how's the cigar going? Oh, man, that shit is out the window. So I'm coming back, though, again, like we said, I probably smoked that first one right off the truck. Yeah, now, I've had them a couple of weeks, so the experience is a little bit better and different.
I think I picked that habit up, especially now with smoking Cubans, because we get Cubans in, and so I always want to smoke one right away to see where it's at, and then so I just have kind of taken that same concept with New World cigars too. Like if I get something in, like I just got these Cameroons in from James today, and they've been fine. So I know he's keeping everything in proper humidity and temperature ranges.
Oh, I have you fooled.
Yep.
Dude, I walked into a humidor the other day, man. I didn't even buy anything. I felt bad. I did one of those bullshit things where I walked around the humidor and couldn't find them, so I walked up front because I felt bad for walking in the store. So I found me like a little $2 cutter and just bought that.
Right.
It was so much humidity. He had God of Fires. He had some decent sticks in there, but I could tell when I walked in, it was just like so much humidity in every cigar I touched. I could touch my fingers. That's how damp the cigar was. I was like,
I went into a cigar shop that used to have a big time TV show on, and it was that same experience. I mean, it's like water was dripping down off of the walls, and I did exactly that same thing. I bought some little bullshit cigar or whatever that came and gave it to Cigars for Warriors or in the buddy bag or something. Because, like you said, I feel bad for walking in and not buying nothing, but I was like, you're not keeping this stuff proper at
No,
all.
not at all. I was like, how could you do that to some god? Like, and how could you do that to a $30 cigar, man?
Yep. I saw somebody, Robert Spell said he was joining the conversation, smoking the CL Final Third Lancero. That is cool. I just did a review on the first third Robusto. I still haven't found that. I think it's a Perfecto. I took it out of my humidor to do a review, and I was like, where the hell is the cigar? I still haven't found that cigar. I don't know where it is.
Dude, yeah, after that review, like I'm gonna have to search out a couple of those CO cigars and try them.
Yeah, they really have held up with time.
Yeah,
go ahead.
They have.
No, I was Ciale was asking a question. He pretty much is asking, do we purge during smoking?
No.
I very, very rarely do. The only time I'm purging is if the cigar was really good and it's kind of falling flat, then I'll try to purge it to see if it'll save it. But other than that, I don't really purge a lot.
Yeah, purging. If I'm purging the cigars, I got a problem. And like Ron said, I'm trying to save it. I'm trying to, see if something's going on. But usually I'll purge it. Then if it's not working, I might try it again. And then typically it's going down.
Right.
Yep.
But great question though. These are questions that a lot of probably newer people don't know about. So these are good.
There was a question way back when, and I apologize. I forgot. I didn't write down who said it. Yeah, I still have the new 2020 year at the Rats at the shop. So just email, message, and we'll figure out how I can get them to you guys. That's if you like Ron's review of them anyway.
Mystical said he about to be cool like Leemack912. Nah, man, I keep telling you, I'm trying to be cool like Mystical. I just can't, but I'm gonna try.
Man, that dude has some threads on him.
Mm-hmm.
Platinum, baby, platinum.
Mr. Marvelous said, I've heard from reviewers that it is okay to freeze your cigars for the beetles. Is this true, and how long to leave it in there? Before anybody else answers, Leemack knows him. He's a part of our Robusto too. Noah, or AKA Cut Like Smoke, had a video actually talking about he freezes every cigar he gets in before he puts it in his humidor.
Right. Now, and it all depends too on the manufacturers, because I forget who it was. Might have been Steve Saka that we talked about that says that they freeze all of theirs before they ship them. There's some manufacturers do, some don't. You know, I typically have never frozen a cigar ever.
Me neither. I don't freeze mine either.
Yeah, I only freeze my Cubans. That's all I freeze. I know Steve Saka, and same with Foundation, Dunbarton, and Drew Estate. I all know they freeze before they ship.
Yeah.
So
that's what I was gonna mention. I don't even freeze my Cubans, but I was gonna say James is absolutely right. If it is something you would freeze, it would be Cubans, just because they don't freeze their tobacco. The process is so fast that they're completely different from Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, and Honduras, all these other countries. They roll them on the table, put them in a box, they out the door.
But Ron,
trying to keep revenue going.
As a follow-on point though, I don't typically have a problem with beetles, and we talked about humidity and the level that you keep it at. So Ron and I both are on the lower end of the humidity spectrum. Yep. So, and I got a couple of humidors that are cooled. The other one is just the temperature in my house. So the temperature in my house, I don't know, it might get up to 79 maybe, but I've never had a problem with it though.
Right. Yeah, that was exactly what Lee said. I typically keep my relative humidity around 62 to 65, so definitely on that lower end. So in the 5 years I've been smoking, I've never had a beetle problem.
Yeah.
And I put Cubans in there. I've never had any problems with anything. But I've heard, I mentioned this in another live, or me and Lee were talking about, somebody commented and were like, is it okay I'm keeping mine at like 75 or something? I'm like, whoa, man, what are you doing?
Ooh.
You asking for problems, asking for burn issues, all kinds of stuff.
Ooh.
Way too high.
That's not good. Yeah, and for me, I only do it for 24 hours. It's not like you leave them then for weeks at a time. So
right.
So it's not it's not that long.
Kelly, what's going on? Kelly in the building.
David James said he's going to be a new Black Lion convert because of Leemack912. He had been using one of those large big box. I won't call their name, but
listen, man, they serve a point, man. They do some things that I just can't. But listen, here's what I can do. If you check a certain P company that Ron likes, you might see some prices that you won't see discounted anywhere else full time. All I'm saying. So Padron, but you might see those that you won't see anywhere else. But there's some things I can do, but there's some things they can't do. So I appreciate you giving us a shot. Send me an email if you have any questions about some prices. I'll take care of you.
Hey, Mystical say Padrones are beetle repellents.
That's it.
Keeps them around and you'll be fine.
That's it, man. That's strength. They don't want no parts of their strength.
Yeah, man, it's funny. The freezing thing is definitely a controversial. I've been called an idiot over it in the past.
Oh, that's mean.
And I just like let it be. I was like, cool, man. Like, but when I'm rolling with my collection as large as it is, like one beetle, you know, I'd have to file an insurance policy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's ugly, but that goes to the to another point, the cello on and cello off type of thing, you know.
Oh God.
I had an issue one time, not with beetles, but with mold, mildew, whatever the hell it is, and everything that was not in cello was affected in this box, and it was a mix of stuff. And I took a picture of it. It just hurt my heart. I was like, I had to throw all this stuff away. So man. I tend to keep my stuff in the cello, but I also send out a lot of cigars. So now if I'm sending it out, like, I don't know, some of these companies, I don't understand. You order from them, it's a naked cigar and it's just in a bag or whatever. And I'm like, that's asking for a problem there too. So even if I'm sending Ron some cigars and it's you know, say it's a Padron that doesn't come in cello, I will put it in a cello bag and then, you know, send it out.
Yeah.
Smart.
What?
Man, we still have 80 people in this chat.
Yeah,
I'm trying to look through the comments and make sure I'm not missing anything.
Yeah, we're probably missing a bunch of comments, but you know, it's not personal.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say too. Like, it's, you know, it's just one of those things. We try to reach out and grab the questions that'll help it. Or right now, we're trying to grab the questions that will help everybody else out. Some questions that may not have been answered before, or you want to get a different opinion on it. So, like you said, it's nothing personal.
Yeah, and you know, and Latanya's taking care of herself in the chat. She's making and ordering like margaritas. And, yeah.
Hey, man, somebody's got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
like, so back to like the cello, and somebody mentioned the tubes in here. If you're doing what you're supposed to, and I mean, maybe my opinion of what you're supposed to, you know, I check my cigars regularly. You know, I rotate them if need be. Like, if you're paying attention to that stuff, you're going to catch things before they happen, you know? So, you know, I know, you know, with my Cubans, they go in a dark corner and I don't touch them for a month, but, you know, I always look at them, man. I make sure to open them up and look in. I don't take any of them out, but you can peek and you can see what's going on and you'll know what's going, you know, you can take care of your stuff.
Yeah, you're a better caretaker than I am, because I you know, people talk about I rotate cigars, looking at them, and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I mean, I just don't. But that's why I lose so many cigars in my humidor. I'm like, oh, I forgot that was in there. Okay.
Oh, trust me, that still happens all the time too. But I pulled one out the other day, and I was like, I haven't seen this for 8 years. I don't even remember like where I got it or how many I had at one point.
What I missed? What y'all talking about? I had to let these windows down.
I was telling
both starting to come in.
I was telling Leemack that I finally you're gonna smoke that Davidoff and you're gonna love it.
There's a Davidoff I like.
You're gonna love that one today.
Love or like?
You're gonna love.
All right, we'll see. But then I'm gonna look it up, and the price of that damn thing's gonna be $30. And I'm like, you know what?
Nah. I know Mr. Padron with the expensive ass cigars cannot complain about the price of a cigar.
It's only 40 if you can find it.
See, this is what I'm talking about. See.
But listen, you know me, so you can find it. How's that for an answer then?
I'm gonna need that Brubman price if I like it. Nah, but so like one of the ones that come to mind, the Year of the Rat, I really enjoyed that. That was a good Davidoff for me, but I felt like I was like, man, I'm glad I didn't pay for that cigar, because I would have been upset, if that makes sense. I felt like I enjoyed it, but I didn't get like optimal enjoyment out of it to be like, oh, okay, I spent $40 on it, whatever. It's
because you were guiding the world as one of the first cigar reviewers to have it. There was all that pressure on those big shoulders, man.
Hey, it was the same way with the 2020 Year of the Rat.
Just saying.
Kind of like some of those Padrones that I've smoked in the past. Just saying.
All right.
Well, I got my last ditch effort, James. I sent him my favorite Padron. So I don't know if that one doesn't work. Then at least, you know what? Like I said before, though,
you tried.
I tried, and like I said, Unc hated Placencia, or not hated. There were some other ones he's liked, but wasn't really huge on Placencia. He smoked that Alma Fuerte and liked it a lot. I said, you know what? If he doesn't like anything else that I recommend this year, I'm good.
Liked it so much, I bought 2 boxes. So
I remember he texted me and just said, "Oh my God," and I was like, "Yes."
There you go. There you go. I mean, I picked this one, Ron, for you specifically. Like, no joke. Like, out of all the ones I had available for Davidoff, I looked through and I said, this is the one I think you'll be down with.
I'm gonna give it a fair chance till I'm gonna smoke it in the morning on an off day where I didn't get my head beat in at work. I'm gonna wait till I get on my 4 days off. I'm gonna wake up in the morning time when everybody's asleep, fresh palate, and I'm gonna give it a fair chance.
I will admit though, so for you guys that may remember, I said I'd send Leemack a cigar. I have it boxed and it is somewhere.
It's lost.
In the process of packing up my house, I have no idea where the hell it's at.
You'll find it in the new house. You'll be like, oh, here it is.
I know what it is too.
Oh, he knows what it is. I sent it to Leemack too. I gave him heads up.
Okay.
All I know, it's packed safely in a post office box with a pillow and packing. So I know it's in good condition. I just gotta find it.
It's good to go. Good to go.
I looked for, I told my wife, I was like, that cigar was up here, the box was right next to it, where'd it go? And she's like, well, I put it in. I was like, awesome, but where'd you put it? I was like, she's like, I don't remember. I don't either. I don't know what got it. So I'm not gonna lie, I spent an hour in the storage locker looking for it because I assumed it got thrown in one of the boxes.
Hey, so I sent Lee a big hammer like almost 4 years ago. He messages me like when he's about getting ready to do a video. He's like, man, I can't find this damn cigar. I know I ain't smoked it. I know I would have smoked this cigar. And just when he put the video up, he was like, man, I found it. I knew it was in here.
I know where it is now.
Yep. That cigar's old now. I bet that, that's gonna be the Padron that changes them. That's it there.
And that's gonna be it.
That's gonna be it.
That'll be Padron for life.
Padron for life. No, but I am seriously though. I am glad you dug the Alma Fuerte. I thought that was a really, really good cigar.
Yeah, I told you my problem with Padron is the price and the experience. So for me, it hasn't been the experience that matches the price. Kind of like Opus X, you know.
For me, right? Yeah.
Right. So we step on 2 toes at one time, you know.
You see how James looking up in the sky now, like, damn, man.
I'm just smiling and listen. This is an Aladino.
I know.
It's an Aladino night. Let's play safe, boys. Let's play good.
Hey, we all enjoyed this though. I'll be investing in a box. That's for sure.
Yeah, I came prepared. I dug these out. Well, by dug,
what did you say the Robusto was? $9, $10?
$9.49.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I'll be invested in it.
Can you tell I like Aladino?
I like, especially the one on the bottom. That's it right there. That's still in the top 3 for me for the year.
Absolutely. I know you talked about it.
Oh.
My thing with this Cameroon, man, this is like a phenomenal morning stick with coffee or like an after dinner dessert stick. It's
definitely an anytime cigar. Anytime cigar.
It's very
and I will
smooth.
say that it was, like I said, it was smooth. And that's why I said I underlined refined about 5 times. It's a very refined, smooth cigar. And that finish on there was killer. Like, I really liked it. I scored it a 90 out of 100 for me.
Nice.
I don't know.
I didn't give it any numbers, but one thing I would say though, for me, it wouldn't be a yard guard. I would like to be able to pay more attention to it.
Yes, I agree.
Because I enjoyed it. It was so smooth, so I want to be able to just enjoy the cigar and sit back just like this. You know,
that's when you get maybe like your nice glass of Diplomatico rum or a nice red wine or something. I think that'd be very good with it.
Yep.
I'm trying to be nice, but I'm ignoring William Bodley in the chat because he said best cigar ever is the Southern Draw Kudzo. And Will, I don't know who you are, man, but I just can't rock with that one. I'm sorry. I like my Southern draws, but not that's they good, but that's not it.
Shout out to Juan Carlos too, man. Thanks for the donation, brother.
Yeah, Mystical Jet. I think he stopped crying after the cigar badness or whatever. But he said if Leemack stopped blaspheming Padron, then CO might subscribe to his channel and give him a thumbs up.
Man, CO has been subscribed, man. Or either that, or he might have been subscriber 10,000. That would have been funny.
Yeah, right. Number 10,000.
Number 10,000.
Look at here. That's all good.
I see you, William. We talked about Davidoff for a little bit, but I get it, man. People love that Southern drawl. Trust me, we get requests for it all the time. I know it's a very good stick, but so.
David James, man, I know I'm speaking for Lee too. I'm sure he'll be able to see it too. He said, Ron Real and Lee Mac equal Class A cigar reviews. I appreciate you, brother. I know Lee does too.
Yep.
It's crazy because I know like it's a Friday, so y'all are probably not working tomorrow, but it's like we've been up for 2 hours, so it's like we want to call it, and it's like it's still 80 people in the chat, man.
I'm good. I mean, I lit up another one, Ron. You haven't been smoking for about 45 minutes.
I know, man, because I knew if I would light one up, it was gonna be a really, really long night. So I still got to take a shower. We sat for like 20 minutes, and I was on the fence. I was like, oh man, I want to smoke another one, but I know I'll end up picking up something where it has like a 2-hour burn time.
Yeah,
it'll be 11 o'clock my time before you know it. So
it's been a long day for me, and in fact, Ron said took a shower. I'm like, no, I didn't take a shower because I'd be asleep because I'll be asleep as soon as my head hits the pillow.
Yep. Well, yeah, I say we'll go ahead and call it an evening, man. I hope everybody enjoyed this. I think the consensus from all three of us, if you see the Aladino Cameroon, definitely at least pick up one to try it for yourself. You know, I'm not going to instantly say go grab a 5-pack or a box, but I think it's definitely worth your time. If you haven't had any experience with Aladino or JRE tobacco, definitely give them a shout out. Give them a try. And
like
I said, I appreciate you guys tuning in again. Definitely give Black Line a chance if you haven't already. If you aren't subscribed to Leemack, make sure you subscribe to him as well. Or if you're one of his people and you're just tuning over to me, make sure you subscribe to me too. We got a lot of good stuff planned for the future, man.
Yep.
I'm not gonna forget it this time, Lee. I know you're waiting, but
I'm waiting because
y'all already know what time of the name of the game is, baby. Relaxation and enjoyment. And don't forget to be driven, never motivated. We're gonna catch y'all on this next one, man. Y'all be good. I love y'all.
Peace.
Thanks to all.